Mics are hot.
Oh, it's installing. You're installing. Sorry.
Oh my gosh! God save the Queen.
He just killed my mouse.
I actually got one yesterday in my shop.
A mouse?
Yeah.
With
Not
legs?
that one.
Legs?
With legs.
No,
yeah.
Okay.
The one you don't want.
I got you. Finally Friday, yes. It's a
thank you.
super yes. Yay! The first day of the 8th month of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And I truly don't remember what happened with the first 7 months. I don't remember. I sort of recall going into a new year. At that time, I was looking forward to the end of an era. And since then, everything has been a blur. Good morning, my distinguished colleagues. I'm Rayford Brown. How are you?
Good. I'm Chris Marks.
And I'm
How are
right
you?
there. The God save the Queen a few seconds ago was for me. I'm the Queen, and Rayford's computer woes. But we're gonna fix that.
We're getting there. It's
Might take a hammer, but we're gonna fix
The
it.
hammer won't even break this thing.
Man,
We're going to find out if it's bulletproof. If y'all hear something, y'all, if during the show when we're live and all that, if just resist the urge to call 911. Everything is okay.
No. Wait a minute.
There is no 911 for computers, and no, it's not that.
This has been all week.
Oh, it's been longer than that. I've been dealing with this.
It's gotten really more worse, as you would say, this week. But it's getting there.
It is. It's installing.
I'm not as thrilled with the approach of the end of this year as I was last December with the approach at the end of last year. I was looking forward to that, just get out of that mess and start from scratch. There was what I hope was going to be a new year of hope, prosperity, and civility. Hope, prosperity, and civility.
Yes.
Good combination, right?
Yeah. Good three.
With not much hope for prosperity, my civility is wearing thin. If I don't eat, as I have been accused of being in the past, I beg your forgiveness. Don't let my grumpiness take you into the dumps. There's not a lot of room down here. Rest assured, I got a lot of company. All right, I've said it. We'll do our best, though, regardless of what I say, to stay on your good side today, most of the day. One rule, you can't spit on your radio, your computer, or me. And no biting. That's what I used to tell people that wanted to come in and have a discussion. I said, we'll talk about anything. We don't go and do it in the newsroom, do it in my office. Well, whatever, your personal problems or anything else, come in. 3 rules. You don't spit on me, you don't bite me, and you don't hit me. Because any one of the 3 are going to get you into a lot of trouble that you don't want to go there. How's that?
End up like your computer.
That's like here it is. It's already spit on me twice this morning. Last night, it bit me.
I feel like we've both been warned, Chris.
Yes, we have.
Thank goodness it is Friday.
Just follow the right hand, and if it moves away from the table, watch out. A lot of us had questions over the president's seemingly radical, even some crazy promises of charging huge tariffs when he started this year. Tariffs for products coming into the United States. Seems like we were being charged a lot more for the stuff we were sending over there. We weren't, but the citizens that were trying to buy our stuff got charged a lot of extra money for our stuff than we were getting in return. Our citizens were paying for their junk. We send good stuff over, they send crap. And our people would pay for the crap because it was still, even with the tariffs that were on it, lower than what we were being charged, or their citizens being charged. It was still cheaper than the good stuff that we were producing in this country. What's wrong with that picture? So Trump said, I'll fix that. I'll just increase the tariffs. We'll bring their junk in line with our good stuff, and maybe people will buy American. If y'all got a simpler explanation, that kind of boils it down to fact. Now, the president's putting into place a pretty large tariff, an increase anyway, for our soon-to-be former friends up to our north called Canada. They'll buy anything from
damn
Canada
it.
you need, any of that coffee or donuts or any of that stuff you need it.
They just have some good whiskey. What is it? What kind of alcohol is it that they produce up there that is so well?
You can go
liked?
out here to Southwest.
kind
It's,
of
it's called
Scotch.
Walton's Distillery. You can get just as good a
Hey,
stuff, a lot cheaper.
I'm right there with you.
Support our economy, not theirs.
They used to,
We got a lot of lumber.
yeah, they used to produce NHL champions, but they don't do that anymore.
What is that?
National Hockey League.
Oh, that's why I didn't.
That's about all they produce. No, I'm
I'm like, what?
I don't
That's a
know
lot of
anything.
hockey. Come on, give me a break.
That's a lot of hockey.
The president says Canada is not doing nearly enough to stop the flow of drugs into the United States across its border coming this way. Trump says it's time to increase their tariffs from 25 to 35%. I think that's just basically fair. That's not a huge increase, but it's going to cost them. Fentanyl and other drugs are coming now from Canada at increasingly larger quantities. Some of the reason is because of the increased U.S. pressure at the southern border with Mexico. We're giving them grief there. Now, while we're talking about the dope, which is something I like to talk about a lot, sometimes it's got two legs and sometimes it's just the stuff that they're manufacturing. It's interesting to watch what the Coast Guard has been doing of late, and not just ours, but other countries' Coast Guards. They're finding vessels. You ready for this? They're building. We've known for a decade now or something that they've been doing some underwater stuff. Semi-submerged vessels, right?
Yeah.
They've still got enough above the water that they can get air and whatever in them. Now they have unmanned, remote controlled via Starlink. They got Starlink antennas on them, and the only thing floating above the water is going to be that antenna. You can't see it. It doesn't show up on radar. It's not transmitting. So all they're doing is receiving commands. And it's hard to find it in time.
I tell you, that Elon's a smart booger, isn't he?
The one that they had the other day, that you saw it as they were coming up to it. It was 28 meters long. That's like 90 feet. And it was sleek. It looked like a cigar boat, except nothing was above the water, except just a matter of inches of whatever, with a tube sticking out to bring air down below. And it had nobody on board. It was loaded with dope. You can't command it to stop. If you shoot it, you lose it. So they had to board it. They ran a boat up on top of it, small boat on top of it, and boarded it and hacked their way into the below. Loaded with electronics, batteries up the yin yang. Of course, when it's up near the surface, it can charge. They had another one they found. They had enough more batteries. The weight of the batteries was more than the cargo that they were shipping. And these things have a life expectancy of 1 or 2 trips at the most because they get intercepted. But you know what? They're paid for. Every trip is multiple times the millions of dollars these things cost. The profits are that great. They're finding them washed up on beaches now after they scuttle them.
So what waters were they traveling?
You've got them. They're leaving South America. Different ports,
okay.
And then they're going up. Some of them are going over and up the Pacific and around that way and coming in. Some of them they're taking the long route. Australia pays more for fentanyl. They sell at higher prices in Australia than they do here. It's a lot longer route because they got to come out of South America, down around Africa, and then head for Australia. This has gotten way too sophisticated for us to have to deal with in conventional ways. We cannot be nice. We're going to have to intercept their electronics, and then we're going to have to use their electronics to destroy them. We're going to have to reverse engineer something where we can send a signal to their vessel that goes, I want to be with you. Tell me why we should ever catch these people and bring them to trial here. You know what's going to happen with them, don't you? You just send them back to their country. and then they
start all
just
over
do it
again.
again.
Yeah.
Unless it costs the cartels there a lot of money, then they get to use the same crews over and over again. If that crew cost them a lot of money because they did stupid stuff, then that crew just goes away. The punishment is death. Not by us, but by the cartel. It's a thing with them. They kill you and they use you as an example.
I remember reading in the old days, especially off the coast of Sneed's Ferry,
Yeah.
that off the Atlantic. They put bales of marijuana, cocaine at a specific location, and then they drop off the money. They pick up the stuff, and the people go get their money, and then people pick up the drugs, and they just keep moving. And now it's gotten to this point where they're doing it by submarines and antennas, and it's just.
You see what that is? What do you think?
I remember the snowboarding one.
What do you think those bales are?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
About 50 pounds of pot.
yeah, I
in each
remember
one of
that.
them.
I remember the story of those.
Well, this was normal. This boat had 16 tons.
Yeah.
The submarines they've been doing them for years, but not like they're doing them today. They just used them trying it. And of course, smuggling pot's bulky, as you can see there. Cocaine's not as bulky.
No.
So that's what they're smuggling mostly by submarine. We've got to cut off their desire. We got to cut off their customer base. One of the fallacies that we developed in the narcotics world enforcement some time ago. Don't worry about those guys on the street. They're just little dealers, the street dealers.
No, they used to be.
No, they're not. They are. Vice cops that work hookers were some of the smartest people going. One hooker, you bust her. She's on the street before you finish with the paperwork, right? It's no big deal. Cost of doing business. That's what they say. That's what they used to say. And that's what they still say. If you sit out there and you put a decoy out there, a female cop, and then the guy pulls up, and when she cannot offer anything, but when he tells her what he would like and that he's willing to pay for it, well, guess who goes to jail?
Oh.
And the best thing to do is just to bust all the Johns. Who's got the most to lose? That hooker or one
John
preacher or one ALE agent in one case? Or, these guys get caught up in this stupid stuff. Well, good. You're going to jail tonight. You want to call your wife? You want me to call her for you?
Yeah, you were talking about the drugs and all that. I want to give kudos to the U.S. Coast Guard. I swear they are hauling it in. And just this past
what
Tuesday,
we were just talking about. They bailed a bunch.
Yeah, they offloaded nearly 10,000 pounds of cocaine valued at $73.7 million at Port Everglades this past Tuesday.
They have got the stuff coming out of the Caribbean because the one good thing that I'm not sure which administration, it could have been Carter, I don't remember, more likely Reagan, but it was during that time that they said, you know what, we will gladly turn over, because military does not enforce civilian laws, but we will gladly let these AWACS that we got, the planes with the big radar things on top of them, when we see suspicious stuff, because we're always out there patrolling, and they got blimps down out of Key West that are up. I don't know whether you have ever seen any of those or not down out of the Keys. They got a blimp base there for surveillance blimps. We will turn over that information to civilian law enforcement, civilian being the federal guys. But we will share what information we get. We're not enforcing any laws. We're just telling you where these suspicious vessels are that are coming this way.
Right.
We've been tracking them from here. It doesn't take a mental giant here working the radars to plot this stuff. You turn it over to the feds, and they will say, okay, we'll just wait for them. They'll be here soon. Some of the stuff you're talking about, they would bring up a big boat like this one, a big fishing boat out of Colombia, would show up off the coast here 30, 35 miles. Not that long a run. And boats the size of mine, some of them smaller, would run out there. This vessel or vessels like it, they were labeled the motherships.
Yeah.
They'd come up, lots of little boats at predetermined times. The intermediates, people, the transporters would go out there, run out there in the middle of the night, grab their load, their whatever they were assigned
Purchase.
to pick up, and they would bring it in. And then it was hauled by truck to various locations and distributed up and down the East Coast. North Carolina was infamous for it. Why? Because we had same reason we had pirates here a lot. And because we had such easy locations to get in under cover of darkness and not be seen.
And when I was in Punta Cana, I did ask one of the law enforcement people, I said, I have a question. Yeah, what's your biggest, do y'all have a lot of drug problems here? He said, not bad. I said, well, what about cocaine? He goes, well, that would be the number one.
Yeah. Yep.
But they didn't have it. They didn't consider it a big problem there.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just a thing they do. Now,
Yeah.
and then, see, the people there where they're bagging and shipping out, processing and doing whatever, the things that we don't really like around here that you and I and the normal people around here,
Yeah.
we cringe at. It's called fentanyl.
Yeah.
They don't use it.
No.
It's very seldom you see they're using the coke, they're using pot, they're using whatever.
Yeah.
But for all the other the deadly stuff around there, they're just sending that up here, selling it to us.
Yeah. Well, it ran cycles. In the 70s, it was pot. Then I guess about the 80s, cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine was coming along. That
Yeah.
was the kind of stuff for the guys who were too they didn't want to use heroin because that came in the black community.
Yeah.
Associated with that.
Yeah.
Oh no. That was bad stuff.
Yeah.
If you're using heroin, then you were kind of a low life. You were scum. Let's use some cocaine. We can have those at the party. I was at a party with people there that didn't know who I was, of course,
Right.
and they had little candy
Oh, yeah. Well, but
at the party.
and so when then it went from cocaine to crack cocaine.
Well, went from cocaine, and then they started mixing it with heroin because they weren't getting enough of a kick. And
Yeah.
then the crack cocaine because they could produce that cheap, real cheap.
Bunch of crackheads.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mhm. A lot of those ladies that we were talking about a minute or two ago. You know what kind of we call them?
Yeah.
Because you could tell them in a heartbeat they were. I mean, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Not even on a bad day, but they were pretty low life, and you want to know how to spread a disease has happened with
That's
because
okay.
of them, yeah,
Pass.
all over the place. Let's whack out a little bit of weather here real quick. Like if
Okay.
I did some, I think I did some. I hope I did. Boaters, all y'all, be alert. We have some unstable weather to deal with this weekend. It may appear to be good enough to take a run offshore. And when you leave, you might think it looks that good. But before you even leave your house, and definitely before you cross the bar headed for the blue water, check the latest information from the National Weather Service. They're providing updates, and they will be providing them through the weekend. There is a small craft advisor in effect beginning tomorrow morning through Monday afternoon. Tomorrow morning's going to look real pretty if you run down to the inlet, but then it's not going to look so pretty once you cross that bar and get out there a few miles. Then you got to come back through that inlet that has changed. It's gotten nasty. Good luck. Today offshore, westerly winds 10 to 15 knot seas, 2 to 4 feet, 5-second intervals. That means they're kind of close together. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop showers and thunderstorms are likely. Like we haven't had enough of that. Northeasterly winds tomorrow 15 to 20, increasing to 20 to 25 in the afternoon. Gusts to 30, seas 3 to 5, 2 to 3 near shore, 8 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers choppy, becoming rough in the afternoon. Showers likely with a chance of thunderstorms. And on Sunday, it's not better. It's worse. Northeasterly winds 15 to 20. Gust to 25, seas building 4 to 6. You may find some quiet seas near shore, but trying to get to those quiet seas is going to be a real challenge for you. Sounds and rivers are choppy.
Okay. Well,
Chop, chop.
My computer just reset, but
See,
it's your
me.
fault.
It's not me.
It's your fault.
All right,
So I'm
excuse
just
me.
going to have to read this
Let
blind.
me put a
Okay.
dome over mine.
Today, expect a high of 87 degrees, partly cloudy, with a 90% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, where did tonight go? Thunderstorms likely this evening. A chance of scattered thunderstorms overnight are definite, although it's 72. Saturday, cloudy, a high of 83, with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. And Sunday, partly cloudy, 84 degrees.
And checking around our county here this morning from the Onslow Amateur Radio guys, my club members, my fellow hams. Dale over there in River Bend had 74 degrees, and it was had 0.70 inches of rain since the day before. And Joe down in the Borough, good old Joe, had at that time 78 degrees and 0.92 inches of rain. There was he was headed for Emerald Isle and to do his little walk in the bridge at the pier. He called back later, said had a little bit of a breeze blowing. So a little bit of a breeze early in the morning on the beach. Yeah, I can expect that to increase. Lee over there in the back swamp had 75 degrees, 1.5 inches of rain last night. Wow. Randy over Southwest, 74 and 1.33 inches of rain. And here at the studio, we had 72 degrees, still have it, and we had 0.38 inches of rain yesterday and overnight. What are you doing over there and last night?
Headphones.
Lee's having issues over there, isn't she?
They're charged. They just won't work. And then in the midst of that, my computer went out, and I'm like, oh.
It's you. Don't come over here.
What? Am I
Don't
yelling
come over
at
here.
you?
No, you're not yelling
Oh,
at me.
no.
Well, I can stop
See,
you
I
from
can't
here.
hear you. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Excuse me. We had
I'll read my lips.
I'm just having a moment. All
I
right.
say I want to be president.
Briar Neck last night. Good storm.
Oh, we had,
So much that the 12 12-foot pool that I moved from one side of the yard to another side of the yard and had
While it
no
was full of
water.
water.
It wasn't when I moved it, but it is now.
free water, Chris.
Yeah.
Free water.
Maybe you should bottle that stuff. Listen, if you got one of them big old generators and stuff like that, and you got more, or you've got solar panels up, and you produce more electricity than you use for your house,
Mhm.
you can sell it back to the electrical company, the power company. They have to pay you for it. Does that work for the water supply company? You could sell them some water from your pool,
I'll
right?
call on Watson and ask him.
Yeah, ask them. I know a guy. Lee, we got a guest in the studio
Yes,
here, and I
we
think you guys
do.
kind of
We
know
are
each other.
honored.
What am I talking about? You
We
guys know
are
each other?
honored to be in the presence of the great mayor of Swansboro now, Bill Justice.
A friendly city by the sea.
Thank you for having me.
Bill, and that's Chris Morris. I think he introduced
Yes,
himself.
I did.
And that, of course, that's Rayford Brown. And you know,
Yep.
we're good to go.
So, Chris, did I hear you say Briar Neck?
Yeah.
Do you live on Briar Neck
Yes,
Road?
I do.
My grandparents' farm used to be at the corner of Briar Neck and 258.
That's where he lives, right
Wow.
there.
You
Just
bought my grandparents' farm.
He destroyed it.
It
No, but I'm
used to
just
be a
down. I'm
farm.
down towards the dead end side,
Down toward Brown Road?
Yeah. past Brown Road,
Okay.
past Brown Road, past the new development, and with the big long black
That
fence.
road belongs to me.
Yeah, it used to be a nice farm, and now it's a place if you need some moles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
they
you.
sell moles.
Okay, all right. I didn't recognize Chris with his headset on.
Oh,
I bet I had a lot more hair back
I
then.
did.
Yeah, I ran into the mayor at a meeting last week.
Did they
We
do
were
a-
both at, and
did they do a report on it?
did what?
Did they take a rec report on it? You ran into the mayor.
just over.
No, I'm just having a lot of trouble hearing you for some reason.
Yeah, switch seats.
I don't know why. I turned it off. Anyway, I turned the fan off, but it's still. This is thank God it's Friday. It's not usually like this
Too
in here,
much
but yes,
hair
it
in
is.
the ears.
But anyway, we got talking, and I said, since John Davis had taken the seat as a county commissioner, we don't get our normal reports from Swansboro.
Mhm.
And we got talking and realized that we go back a long ways, actually, to junior high, high
Mhm.
school. He's a graduate at Jacksonville High
Yay,
School.
go Cards.
And we were also in youth fellowship together at Trinity Methodist
Mhm.
Church. he knew my dad and he knows my brother. And I'm just like, it was just like running into an old friend.
Yeah,
You know, you get talking and you're like, wow. So we became instant friends again. You know,
You refriended.
yeah, we refriended. And I said, we really
That's a
need
new
to
word. I like that, don't you?
we really need to get you in on our show and catch us up on all things in Swansboro, because John did a fabulous job coming in here and always keeping us abreast of everything that was going on in Swansboro. And we all love Swansboro. We're friendly.
Y'all never came up with my trick, though. I had John figured out. I knew how to get the information. I stopped by this little place there that sells ice cream.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Every time I go through
Me
it, he's
too.
there, and then I buy ice cream,
Yes.
and he sits down, he spills the beans.
I've done that. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Can you hear him?
Yeah, I'm just going to give that a minute or two. It just had to be I don't even know. But it's all good. I'm good now. Just everything at one time. The computer went out right at weather. The headphone wouldn't work. And I'm like,
Welcome to my world.
it's your fault.
See, Bill, I have no.
I think it's his fault.
I come in the
In the
morning.
middle of them. Yeah.
I always come in early so I can have peaceful time and get everything set up. And from the moment I walked in,
Still installing.
it was nothing but Rayford screaming at his computer,
computers, plural.
computers.
This
And
is
got me
stacked up
all
here.
off kilter this morning. So I'm like,
These are not laptops. These are stack tops. They're getting deep.
stack tops. Anyway, so Mr. Mayor, what all is happening in Swansville?
Well, first of all, John was real active in the community. He did a lot of stuff, that people don't realize. And I'm glad if y'all ever want to know what's going on, please reach out, or I can give you a report anytime you want to. But to be a small town, we have a lot going on. First of all, we have a great set of department heads and staff that work for us. It's a very active as far as concerts on Sunday, art festivals. Everybody knows about the Mullet Festival.
Right.
Candlelight by, Christmas by Candlelight, the downtown shopping. So we have a good group of people that work for our town that keep it running. We, as the commissioners and the mayor, are just like the figureheads. The other people do the work. So I want to give them a shout out right at the very start. But we have a lot going on business wise. There's no lack of people wanting to come to the coast in this area. We're the 8th largest state, I heard a couple of days ago in the nation with population-wise. So people, and especially in this area, are moving to eastern North Carolina like crazy, as we all know.
So tired of the politics in the West.
I guess. Yes. And north, too.
I mean, the western part of North Carolina.
Well, that's true.
The central
That's
and western.
true. That's true. So we've got things going on. Our two biggest things going on right now are a set of apartments that want to come in. I'm sure you all have heard about Flybridge.
Flybridge.
That is just such a non-controversial subject. No, it's very
Yeah,
controversial.
really. Very non-controversial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they got a good name, Flybridge, as in the flybridge on a boat.
Yeah, and I must say, I watched the commissioners meeting, the Swansboro commissioners meeting. It was a couple months ago when Flybridge did their presentation.
Mhm.
And then there was a lot of town people that came up and spoke at the mic in opposition to it. And the commissioners ended up voting it down at that time. And I think Flybridge, that then they rescinded their request another time to talk, and now they're back again. But this is a different area that they want to build in. Is the same area?
Exact same area, almost the same plan, just a little bit. They're going to phase it a little bit. It's 324 apartments.
Right.
So that creates a kind of a stressful situation, lack of a better way of putting it. You figure we've got 4,200 people in Swansboro. You add 324 apartments, that's probably at least 600-700 people. That's a 20-25% increase in the population in one bat. So that's where the citizen concern is coming out of. And then
when somebody builds or somebody moves in or somebody does something in your within the city limits, you guys have a responsibility. You got to provide fire. You got to provide police. Okay, well that's not that bad, sir. If they're all in one location, water, sewer, trash pickup, disposal of stuff. A 25% increase in that is a huge sudden jump.
yes, it is. And we've got some commissioners that are for it and some that aren't. I I'll be honest with you. I'll right up front. I was the deciding vote against Flower Bridge the last time they applied. Whether people like it or not, that's just what I felt like the constituents wanted, and it's not what Bill Justice wants. It's what the town, the citizens want. So with that being said, there's a large sentiment not to have it come. It's coming up to the planning board next week, and then it will come to us.
What is the, other than, an increase in population, and perhaps you're going to have, the city will be taxed more, but you will get more taxes
We'll
in
get
return too,
more
right?
revenue.
There will be more revenue coming in. Will the revenue offset the expenses?
We're told that it will. We
Okay.
talked to the police chief yesterday. He says they can handle it with no extra added stress. So that's of great importance. The fire department seems to have the same sentiment. So
Is this going to be, how high rise is this? Is
yeah, it's going to be 3 stories,
That's not bad.
1,
That's
2,
okay.
3 bedrooms. It is right across from where Bojangles is.
Yeah.
The new Bojangles out
Mhm.
by Belgrade Swansboro Road.
Yeah.
So
Is that inside the city limits?
it's not, and so
But
that's
it's your ETJ.
it is our ETJ, and it's zoned rural agricultural, and they want to rezone it.
I got you.
And so it starts getting into a whole myriad of different things that tie in to it. So it's a kind of a delicate situation.
Is there any farming going on in that rural agriculture zone?
That across the street there is. There's a couple of tracts of land. One in particular right next to Seth Thomas Road. That there's farming going on over there. But then that's another thing I'm going to talk about in just a few minutes, if you allow me. So the apartment complex, there's nothing been on that lot, on that 39 acres for years that I can remember. So it would improve the land. They would put in turn lanes. So there's some benefits. They'd have, all the amenities of a pool. It's just the public sentiment is not for it right now. So that's where the conflict comes in.
Well, the public sentiment in a lot of cases, are they not for it because they don't want to change anything, or is it because they have reasons for not wanting it, specific reasons?
Well, it's partly that, it is zoned agricultural, so we'd have to rezone it, and then we'd have to annex it into our city limits for us to get tax benefits out of it. Because ETJ obviously doesn't contribute, but they get our services. So
But and the annex it, you can't make them come in; they have to
they
request it.
has to be voluntary annexation. They have to apply for it. So there's benefits to it. It's it would impact the traffic. We have 35 to 40,000 cars a day go down Highway 24 already, and that's the biggest thing. There's a lot of accidents in that general area around Queens Creek Road. The schools, they say that it's going to affect the schools. That's a county issue. This county takes care of the schools. States take care of most of our roads. Most all of our roads.
24 is a state road.
Road. Most in Hammocks Beach, Old Hammocks Beach, Main Street Extension, all these roads in our town basically are state roads that we have no control over. So there's some impact there on that. And like you said, the water, the sewer, the trash pickup, all that, it has to be considered. So anyway, we're I'm fair-minded. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I've talked with them extensively in the past. I have done a lot of research on them as well, because if something comes before us, I want to be well-versed enough to be able to make an honest, fair decision.
Is the company that's proposing this? They have a long, good history.
They have a good history. It's Keller Williams out of Sanford. So they built a lot of apartments. They have a good track record. So we'll have to work our way through that. It's a.
Bill, let me ask you something. Will there be, as it's already been spoken about too early, a stoplight? I know they're talking about the traffic. And would a stoplight help alleviate these people's problems about?
So what they're going to use as their main entrance is a stoplight right there at the end of Belgrade Swansboro Road by Bojangles. That's going to be their main entrance. They'll have 2 secondary entrances that are just right-hand turns only, because you wouldn't want to go across the traffic. That'd be terrible.
Suicidal.
Yeah. And we've got enough of that going on as it is.
You do.
But so there's benefits, and there's there's detriments to the project. So it's something we'll have to work through. The planning board's going to hear it again this coming week. So we'll see how it plays out. It hasn't come before the board the second time yet.
In the real business world, you think of something called an ROI, return on your
Mhm,
investment.
mhm.
But in the world of where you're dealing with people,
Mhm.
you're dealing with a quality of life. And so you're having to add that into your ROI. If the ROI sucks,
Mhm.
then it's kind of an easy thing.
Mhm.
We don't do it.
Yep.
But if the quality of life, if the ROI is good, but the quality of life is questionable, then that's a problem for y'all to decide.
Exactly.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you, Reefer.
Yes.
I just boiled it down to basics, right?
No, you're
Just
right.
add to his stress. Yeah, at the meeting where they initially turned down Flybridge, I noticed that a lot of the people that were doing the public comment were worried about the increased traffic in Swansboro. But in my opinion, where they're building these apartments, it's right outside the city limits. Who's to say a lot of that traffic is not going towards the base or Jacksonville? So I don't think there's going to be as big of an impact, in my opinion, after watching and I researched Flybridge, good company. I just don't think it's going to cause that big of a problem. And I will say, we all know that Swansboro, the traffic has picked up in Swansboro over the years.
Everywhere.
Time and day. But exactly right. Go south, go through Hampstead. Look what the traffic, it's everywhere.
I'm picturing young military couples.
That's what I'm
Me
looking
too.
at.
And they're seeing teachers and things like that. But the average rent's going to be $1,500.
$50. I'll look that up too.
Yep, you got it. You have been doing your research. So we'll see how it plays out. You know, we're kind of about 50-50 with it right now. We'll hear the sentiment of the public, and we'll hear the facts. And I don't have a vote this time around. So we'll see how it plays out.
Why don't you have a vote?
The mayor doesn't vote except in the case of a tie.
Tiebreaker.
We have 5
so you-
commissioners,
right.
So
so
there's no tie.
yeah.
That's right. That last time you voted, that was because you had a vacant seat, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yeah, because
okay.
John had
That's
come,
right.
and I was on mayor pro tem, but I was acting mayor, but I still
Right.
had a vote at that
So you don't
point.
have
That's
to do
right.
much then,
That's
right?
right.
I just
Acting mayor.
look pretty.
No,
Yeah,
you don't
that-
you don't have to. I'm here to break
He
the
just
tie.
Next. Well, I also noticed on that one initial meeting where you had a full capacity in that room.
And
It
that's
was
great,
packed.
and we
It
want
was.
that. We want people to be engaged.
And I will say that I would say everyone that did public comment was very orderly,
Mhm.
very respectful. I know that a petition was brought up, and but then also found out that on that petition there was over 400 names or something.
About 600.
Yeah, very few of those names actually lived in the city. They lived in outlying areas. So
Well, But as you say, you got the greater Swansboro Chamber of Commerce, which
Right.
includes part of Carter County.
Mhm.
You've got all sorts of things. Swansboro is not limited by its town limits.
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
not anymore.
And we've got 20,000 people in Hubert.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Golly, Pete, I didn't. That's a lot of
And,
people.
and where do they go for shopping?
Yeah, Swansboro,
Right now?
Jacksonville. Yeah.
Duh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you, you got Bear Creek, you got all of that stuff. You got a lot of people I'm sure, from Emerald Isle coming over.
Oh yeah,
I have
all the
no
time
doubt
in
about
our
it.
downtown
Sure.
area.
Cape
So,
Coral.
Because I go down, because they're looking for quaintness. So
Mhm.
I got people that come every year, at least once, most of the time twice, and we always meet there. We got at least for 2 dinners.
Mhm.
We got 2 restaurants we go to, and
That's
we always reserve it in advance. And they like both of them, and they don't want to change.
we have some good restaurants in Swansboro.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
Rayford talks about a couple of them many times a week.
When I drive from here to Swansboro just so I can eat dinner, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something's wrong. Something is either wrong or right.
Yeah.
Wrong here or right there.
That's right, and it's a nice little drive. It's not that far,
No.
so and it's a good little getaway.
We were talking about it, I believe, yesterday, that it still is the friendly city by the sea.
Yes.
And downtown
Yes.
Still the same.
is still
Still the
the
same.
same.
And
It still has
Now-
that.
When you did some changes downtown, I was the first being a regular, frequent, oftentimes there subject. I did not like what you did.
Yeah.
It was
Are you
civil.
talking about when Sheriff Pug,
No,
Pug was
Why
there?
are you blaming him? Why are you saying what you did?
because he's now.
Now I got to think
The
I'm used to it. Don't
Bill's
worry.
sitting there going like, what?
No. The sins of his fathers shall
Sins of his
endure
fathers.
forever. Okay, no, but seriously,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, one-way street stuff. But you know what? Where I go, I love it because right there on the front, on the waterfront, where I go and I eat.
Yep.
I can't pull right back out there on 24 because I can't go that way. I can, but the chief just does not like it, and the traffic don't like me either. But no, I don't. That was always the way I would turn around and go back. But it's a bear to get back out. I almost said a bad word. It was a bear to get back out on the road.
Yeah.
Now I just go down to the end of it, hang a right, go 1 block, hang a right, and go, I forgot the number of blocks, but I know where it is, and take a left, and there's a traffic light that lets me right out on 24.
Right by First Citizens.
Yeah. I mean, that's the easiest out there is.
Well, I live in the downtown area, so I use that stop traffic light all the time.
I mean, I've got that thing. It just, my Jeep knows the way.
So, Bill, when the traffic starts getting backed up there now,
It's Rayford's.
yeah, everybody
No, I-
just he gave the secret out.
Well, the biggest thing in Swansboro, just like it is here in Jacksonville, if you drive right, there's no issue.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you just drive right.
Yep. Yep.
And
And
you know,
if you don't like the way I drive, get off the sidewalk.
That's right.
lots
There you
of
go.
collisions and wrecks, but it's just right here, and it is
It is.
payday, so
It
watch
is.
out.
There's a lot of traffic, but I have not been delayed going through there. There was one wreck one time that was, I had to get into another lane. And well, duh, I have to do that all the time, everywhere I go.
Yep.
I-40,
Yeah.
you're going to get delayed. If there's a delay on I-40 coming
Yeah.
from Raleigh, you got a 2-hour delay. So
I will
Terrible.
tell you, on Sunday mornings, my sister likes to get up early, and she lives right here in Jacksonville, and go to the Swansboro Walmart because it's so peaceful. So she makes that
Yeah, we're
Sunday
good.
morning
Thank her.
trip. And I go with her sometimes, but not usually.
and since they destroyed my Piggly Wiggly,
Yeah.
Oh,
Jacksonville, I have to
Yeah.
go to
yes.
Swansboro.
Thank goodness Swansboro's still got the
Got
Piggly
the
Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly. That's the hot spot.
That's a hot spot.
It
Do they serve hot breakfast?
Yes, they
Oh,
do.
there you go.
They don't have sit down area like some of them do, but yeah,
Right.
you can get stuff
I
together.
think Richlands is the only one left. We gotta sit down.
All right, we covered Flybridge. Your next big project is
Was this our
the
emergency?
EOC.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's talk about the EOC. I think when I last talked to you, you said something about you think you might have found a good piece of land.
Well, yeah, that's been going on since Hurricane Florence. George Cleveland was good enough to get us a $6 million grant with the help. John Davis was
Right.
instrumental in that. And since then, we got a $3 million grant on top of that, that is for land acquisition and infrastructure. So long story short, we've been looking for 4 or 5 years for a piece of property, and nobody's been able to come through and do that. We had a search committee, and that search committee recommended that we do something that is totally against my grain, and that was eminent domain on a piece of property next to the Piggly Wiggly. And so it would be an ideal place for it, but it's just not. I've gone through eminent domain with my wife's family, lost their whole family farm out in Beaufort when they built the new bridge and bypass.
Yeah.
Know how it feels. So I'm not a fan of that. So we were right on the verge of exercising eminent domain on that piece of property. And I talked with some of the commissioners, and a couple of them were not in favor of it either. Got one more to go along with it, and was able to change that vote to do eminent domain. And excuse me, the Rotary property, they have 23 acres right next to their building, the Civic Center. So I started kind of on my own. I went out like a crazy person about on my own and did it, and talked with the gentleman there at Rotary, and they originally wanted $1.4 million for 5 acres of land, and we would have to build a road to the back of the property, and that was another $500,000 for a traffic light. So it kind of fell through the cracks. But I went back and talked with them, and we were able to come to terms, and we got a formal offer in on the piece of property now. We're doing our due diligence. We offered them $1 million for the 5 acres. We'd put the road to the end of our property, they would in turn, after everything's said and done, deed the road to the town. So it'd be a town street. And I've been talking with Mike Lazara a little bit, Anthony Prince with Jacksonville and Jumpo about the traffic signal. So we feel good about that. We have a 60-day due diligence period that we do all of our testing. We didn't have to put any money down. And if we decide it's not workable for us in that 60-day period, we can walk away, with hopefully no hard feelings on anybody's part. Just
Sounds
it didn't
like a
work
pretty
out.
good deal
Yeah.
so far.
Well, I think that area near the pig, I personally would negate that, because just putting something that's going to have some emergency traffic, because they don't just get out and ride for the sake of riding. They're going to be, and that's going to tie up traffic at a very busy location in itself.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
You've already got the pig there, and you got other stuff there, gas station. You got all sorts of stuff there that's going to have people in it all the time, higher density all the time. And then you want to create something there where emergency vehicles are entering and exiting. You are just opening them up for wrecks. Period.
And another thing, if people are talking about tax revenue, you would be taking that piece of property out of the tax base
That's
that
the other
could
thing.
be developed, whereas the Rotary's nonprofit, their piece of property won't be taking a whole lot of development out of the tax base. So
Well, that's a plus.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
So we're happy with that right now. Hopefully it'll work
Right.
out. We've
Sounds
got
good.
till the end of this month to come to terms with everything, and hopefully we'll work it out. It was an ordeal there for a while, and it got a little testy, but that eminent domain just doesn't ring well with
Yeah, I
me.
don't
I'm
like
sorry.
How do the other 6 members of the county commission feel? I know how one probably feels.
About the
Yeah.
EOC,
Yeah, because they had another plan for you.
yeah, they do, and we've talked with them. That's got about another year going like we are right now. Part of what we'd like to do too is we had this big grand scheme of this emergency operations center for Swansboro. I don't know that that's really needed. Something like a mini EOC, for lack of a better way of putting it, that's a smaller footprint. The county's got their emergency operations center. That's fine and dandy. They want to branch out. Jacksonville and Swansboro are only two for standalone fire departments. So he has their own fire departments. Bear Creek is getting ready to be staffed. They're going to do something in Hubert. So that's going to cut down some of our outlying responses. So yeah, we talking about that. We'll probably talk more over the coming year and figure it out. I'm sure we can work it out. We're trying to get a real good working relationship with the county. So there's no reason for all of us not to work together for the good of the public.
I
So
agree. Or Rayford, they put up an EOC center there.
I know, I'm just thinking about
I'm already thinking.
what y'all
it. Well, we've got, I'm a member of the Onslow Amateur Radio Club, and we've got people, and I think you probably walked in while I was doing the weather from around the region. Every morning, sometime around 6 o'clock, every morning, a bunch of us get on and we chat for a few minutes, and we got people that one's in the borough.
His name's Joe.
Yep, you know,
I heard you say that.
N2 UBIs is the name that I know him by, but his name is Joe. We got Randy in Southwest. We got Lee in the back swamp area. We got Joe in the borough. We got Dale off Riverbend. And we got us right here, we're all with weather equipment. We're all weather spotters too.
Okay.
And we all have equipment we can operate with emergencies. A couple of weeks ago, we did a drill. We did notify 911 so that they would say, okay, you got some strange people walking around with walkie-talkies about the schools at 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
So I suggested our club not dress in camo gear. But we went to we went to all of the primary evacuation centers. Okay. We went to probably 85% of the secondaries. And we, with walkie-talkies, not going with the bigger units, we talked back to our headquarters, and we could talk to each other. We've got repeaters everywhere, and we were able to communicate on 2 different repeaters from each one of the locations. So you'll be happy to know that the 2 locations in Swansboro, we can reach
Well, that's good.
with walkie-talkies. Of course, the primary there, I forgot which one is primary, but they have an antenna there. All we do is carry gear in. We did it so one of those, just in case everything hits the fan, we can still operate.
Well, thank you for doing that. That's great to know.
Yeah, and you build an EOC, and somebody up there in Swansboro can work from there
Joe
too.
can work from there with no
During an
problem.
emergency.
And we've got guys in Hubert, we got guys all around that area. So
That would be great. That's what we're looking for. We like that type of
Yes.
collaboration and cooperation.
it might even be something that Joe wants, we ask him to
Yeah.
go to your city council meeting.
Yeah.
Town commission meeting.
Town commission,
Yeah.
yes,
And,
that's
you know, and
a
just,
tough one.
just tell what he does.
Yeah,
what we
invite-
do.
If you'll give me or forward
I
my
will-
information to him and have
I'll-
him contact me either way.
I will take care of that.
Yeah, I'll be glad to talk with him. That's what
You and the
we.
police chief and the fire chief
Mhm.
would be three contacts.
Yes, sure.
I mean,
That'd be
our
great.
fire chief in Jacksonville is probably coming to our meeting tomorrow. We have a monthly meeting,
Mhm.
so he's going to probably be there.
Well, thank you. That's great. Thank you for offering to do that.
And
That's-
we also set up, we've got an EOC here, the county EOC.
Mhm.
We've got a station set up there all the time. Last year at an event that we did, a public event, the then police chief of JPD, he set up, he wanted, could y'all put up one in our place? Because during Florence, his EOC downtown could not talk to EOC because of county EOC, because all communications lines were down.
Mhm.
Cell phones die in 12 hours,
Mhm.
generally speaking.
Mine dials faster.
but ham radios were always there.
And if all the power goes out here right now, I can still talk.
That's
Well,
great.
I can talk to this, but I've also got radio over there, but I've also got a 24,000 watt generator back there. So I don't go away.
Yeah.
And that's the way we are set up all over.
Well, that's great to know. That's really good to know.
By the way, if anyone would like to talk to the mayor, 910-333-0139.
Now you can call and
Nice,
ask
polite
him a
words
question.
only.
Be polite.
Oh, no. I'm
Nice, polite words only.
I'm
Now I'm gonna hang up on them now.
I thought you were giving me my phone number.
You scared you for a
All right,
minute.
Mayor.
My phone number's on the website. So anybody, I talked to somebody last night and this morning. Sometimes I get calls before 7, and
Oh,
I was talking to
goodness.
somebody last night at 8:00. So that's perfectly fine.
All right, I have another question for you.
Uh-oh.
You have it? No, it's good. What about the dock downtown
Mhm.
that's bad and you've had to close? Has
Yeah.
that been fixed yet?
Well, so we get all kinds of grants. There's all kinds of grants out there. So we just did our Moore Street dock, and it ties in right next to the bridge, next to the
Right.
Burrow restaurant.
Mhm.
So in that process, we had them go over and look at the Main Street dock is what that is. And we found out there was numerous pilings that were.
That was a new dock, wasn't it?
No, that's been there since 80s or 90s. We
Oh,
got a
really?
grant originally for
Okay.
that.
Wow.
It's at least 30 years old. So there was, I can't remember the exact number. It seems like there's 17 or 18 pilings that were compromised, and there's some cross ties that were loose.
Mm.
So in that process, we found that out. So we closed it because we don't want people falling in the water and getting
Right.
hurt. And so as we were closing out the Moore Street dock, the new one that's a floating dock by the bridge, the lady that wrote that grant for us is the one that wrote the grant for the dock that needs repair, and she offered to rewrite another grant for us.
Excellent.
So hopefully
Excellent.
we're in the process of getting that grant. There'd be a matching. We'd have to put up like 25%, but that's far cheaper than
Certainly is.
paying for it. And we don't want to lose our docks. We value our waterfront.
Yeah.
And
Friendly city by the sea.
That's
That's
right.
right. I mean,
That's right.
That's what.
And I tell you, with our new dock by Moore Street by the Burrow, it goes underneath the bridge.
Yes.
That's kind of iffy sometimes with the high tide.
Oh,
But it goes into our bicentennial park, and I've talked with Randy Swanson with El Chino, and he's all for it, and I think the other people are too. It would be nice to see if we could tie that into our Riverwalk dock that goes up the bluff behind the old school
Mhm.
and make a really beautiful waterfront walkway for our town.
Nice.
It was a plan to go down the other direction, but then you got to have to cross people's yards, and
Yep.
that's not a popular.
They don't-
No, that's not popular.
Yeah.
No, no.
Since Jacksonville couldn't do that, we'll have to rely on small.
That's right.
Well, that's a great. You got a beautiful waterfront, number
We do.
one.
No, it is
And,
beautiful.
I've often said that I would just love to go there. As a tourist, one time, and go there in the morning, have my breakfast around 10 o'clock.
Mhm.
Yana's a great.
Yeah.
I sit there and do that, spend some time there, kill some time there. do a little shopping afterwards.
Mhm.
Maybe find an ice cream bar and get some ice cream, and then maybe around 1 o'clock, 1:30, stop by the borough and have my luncheon there,
Mhm.
and then I can kill enough time. Take a nap somewhere on a bench somewhere. And the police might leave me alone. I'm
Maybe.
just sleeping.
I
I'm not
think it's
drunk.
Otis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get an Otis sign, but I'm Otis. Leave me alone. But then you go in and spend, and then about I like to eat early before the noise starts,
Yeah.
and then about 5 o'clock, 5:15 or so, start out with the eggplant meatballs over to El Seno, and then go from there,
Yep.
and then drive home.
It's a good day.
I mean, what better
Well,
way
you
to
could
spend?
get an Airbnb or stay in the spend the
I
night.
could do that.
Well, I tell you, if y'all, I'm talking out of school here, but a friend of mine has the Lady Swan boat tour. We should do a remote
Oh, that would be
show
nice.
for the Lady Swan.
We talked about that one time before.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we had them as an advertiser at one time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I could talk to him if y'all are ever interested. Let me know, and I'm pretty sure I bet I could get it
How
ready.
cool would that be?
We had Wyatt Gable come down
Mhm.
a couple months ago. We took him on a waterfront tour and a tour around the town and all. So
well, how early does said boat get available?
anytime. They do. I don't know. Well, he could
6
probably.
a.m.
Well, that's pretty early.
Well, see, we're live from 7 to
That's true.
9.
we can
Yeah.
always, we
We
can
go
always,
there.
Special edition.
I bet we
Special
could do
edition.
something 7 or 8 o'clock. I bet.
special edition.
Well, we said we'd have to be on the boat rolling at 7
Tim's
o'clock.
going to kill me for volunteering. You
That's
know that?
okay. It's okay.
Bring him some business.
That would be interesting to do
Pre-advertising.
that. I can invite a few of your dignitaries.
Yeah.
And if we could get a bunch of the politicians all out there together at one time, we could get our way, couldn't
Yes,
You
see,
could.
if
Or push them off the boat.
I was gonna say, if we don't like what they've got to say, chunk,
we?
just knock them right off the boat.
Yeah.
Chris, you have to put up with this.
We
also.
must have hit a wave.
I'm just in the middle.
Hey, Chris, that was a hard wave that just came through. It just knocked him right off the boat.
And I can take over command of the boat. 'Cause
There you go.
I've got a bunch of years driving boats.
All right.
All right, another question.
Uh-huh.
I think it's the old visitor center. No, it was the Chamber of Commerce, right? The
Yeah.
building there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Y'all are having problems with the mold really bad. What are you going to do with that building?
So what happened with that at Florence? It got damaged, and some people chipped in out of their own pocket, and
Nice.
I think we got some grants associated with that too. That's before my time, but they got it moved to where it's at now, and it became the visitor center with the Chamber of Commerce in it. And so in Florence, it got damaged and it was repaired, but I don't think some of the repairs were done properly. So long story short, the town allocated $60,000 to repair it. Our TDA allocated $30,000 to repair it. So we're in the process. We're trying to figure out with our town dock which directions that's going to go, because we have a few years back, there's a dock sits there, and we got a grant, and we attached to somebody else's dock for our
Right.
Church Street dock. And so there's a new owner, so we got to figure out which direction that's going to go, and that's going to determine which we go with the visitor center, whether it's going to be a boating center with showers and
Nice.
washer and dryer in it, or if it's going to be just a visitor center with bathrooms and directionals and things like
Well,
that.
here's a thought. Can we work out a deal with Flybridge to help fix it?
Hey, that is a thought. That is a thought. That's a good
Is
thought.
that legal? I don't know. But
Well,
hey.
they can do community.
They can donate
Yeah,
stuff.
they
Yeah.
could donate some work to
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. And so
We'll make it work.
we're in the process of remodeling. We had mold in the light sockets. It was
Good
somebody
Lord.
had put plywood over the vents in the attic, and that didn't help the circulation of air. I don't know how that happened, but
That's
yeah.
called moisture accumulation.
Yeah. So when we started ripping out about half the sheetrock's out, the studs are just in there,
Mhm.
and we ripped up the flooring, and we found running the length of the building, it's two sections almost. There's about a 2 to 3 inch gap between that you can look down and see the ground. So we put down.
You
the
can
removal-
see it, stuff can come in it.
Yes, exactly. So that's some of the delay with what we're going to do with our Church Street dock, and then that's going to determine how we configure the visitor center, as far as just a visitor center or a boating center.
Wow.
So anyway, we're paying close attention to that, and I would say in the next couple of months that will be finally resolved, because we'd like to
Nice.
utilize that for our downtown. even if it's a boater center, we'd still have restrooms in there for the public to use. So either way would be a win for
Well,
our area.
That helps when you have your downtown, your festivals and your events. People will have a place to go.
Yeah.
Without having to go inside of a business.
I'm thinking
Or-
about making
or-
some money too, because I'm thinking about every fall and every spring, I see these lines of boats, because used to spend a lot of time on the intercoastal.
Mhm.
I see these boats going from the north during the
Mhm.
winter,
Mhm.
fall, going south. And then the springtime, you see them going back north. They're always looking for a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what the boating center aspect
Oh, that's
of
what I'm
That
talking
would be
about. That would be,
nice.
I mean, that'd be a boon for downtown businesses
Yeah.
and everything else too,
Mhm.
before the season and after the so-called season.
Mhm.
What a, because they go in the early spring. We're
And-
talking about
Right.
March.
Yeah, yeah, they
April.
do. And I tell you, nowadays it's almost like constant. I live right behind Casper's Marina, so I look right out over the
Mhm.
intercoastal, and I see that the boat traffic is amazing. That's
You got a boat?
I do.
Oh, okay, I was
just
I
a
was going
little.
to chastise you if you didn't.
I got a couple. I got a little wooden 16-foot Harker's Island
Oh,
skiff.
wow.
And
Beautiful.
yeah, I love that little boat.
That's
And,
great.
That's-
Flat bottom.
yep.
You
And
can go
then,
anywhere.
yep. And then I just have a 20-foot Carolina skiff. Nothing fancy,
I
but
love
you know,
Carolina skiff.
but fun boats.
Quiet days you can get out there, but
Yeah.
not today. I mean, not tomorrow.
No.
No, and Sunday, no. We'll be reading about you.
That visitor center also is an asset to the town because big festivals like the Mullet Festival,
Oh,
Seaside Arts,
Yes.
Candlelight, we use that as an operations center for our Parks and Rec department to coordinate out of the and our public works to coordinate out of that building.
Very nice.
And
very nice.
in September, unlike many other cities across the United States, Swansboro will have National Night Out.
Our first
Yes.
one.
Our
Yeah, our
first
first
one.
We're excited about
And,
that.
Yours
um,
is in August,
September.
September.
September
And then
6th.
Jacksonville's
I think.
October.
September 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. because I've already made plans for Crime Stoppers to be there.
Great,
Very
great. Thank you.
good.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
to Amanda on the police department.
That's
She
wonderful.
does a great job.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, our Parks and Rec and our fire department did our first annual. It's called Safety Town,
Mhm.
and it's a national program that's out there. And has 4 and 5-year-olds come in for a week, and they learn all about safety and all these programs. And people, units from all around Pine Knoll Shores, Atlantic Beach, Jacksonville, all came down and participated. And it was myself and Jeff Conway, one of our commissioners, Mayor Pro Tem, volunteered and worked there, and it was a great time. I had as much fun as the kids did, really.
You got one of my good friends hanging around down there. Is it Michael? You know Michael?
Michael, his
How
last
many
name?
Michaels do you know?
A bunch.
No,
My son's name is Michael.
no, you know our Michael.
Yanero?
Yeah, he's here, Jackson. Chamber.
Mike McHugh.
Oh
That's our
I
yeah.
mentioned Michael in Swansboro. It should be
Everybody
that
knows Mike. It's Mike McHugh.
I know a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I like Mike a lot.
That's our
Yeah.
buddy.
I don't know him as Michael. I know him.
Well, I
No, I know.
Well, he may want to be called Mike, but you know me. I don't-
He tells me I had to call him Mr. McHugh, so I don't know.
I call me sir, but it would be good, but that's okay.
Yeah, he's been on the show quite a bit. He even co-hosted with me a couple times
Yeah.
when Rayford and Kelly both were
we
on.
were.
He's,
So I was like,
he's a
Mike.
great guy. And you guys finished with badgering him?
No, I want to get personal
sorry.
with him now.
No, I got 2 questions for him though. 2 areas. What are you going to do with his dang ducks? Have you got this under control?
Actually,
I just want to know, is it under control?
They are under control, and people are complaining there's not enough ducks.
Oh, we're back to
Yeah.
see. Oh, you inherited the ducks too.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my lord.
And it does give us a little bit of a mystique. It can create a health hazard when there's too many of them, especially
For
in the
them,
down.
if they come towards me,
Well, you
they have a serious health.
Rayford, leave the ducks alone.
They're delicious.
Oh no.
Duck orange, I love it.
There you
Randy
go.
will cook up anything. I
That's
bring it.
right. If you see it on the menu, be careful.
Ah.
But yeah, it can create a health hazard
can.
downtown. Stepping in it and tracking it into businesses. But yeah, they're pretty much under control now.
That's good.
It's our version of the Key West chickens.
Gotcha. Now let me turn
Oh my gosh.
your mics down. Now, back in the days of high school,
Uh-huh.
what can you tell us about this young lady here at
Well,
Jacksonville
I
High?
was a little bit ahead. What, you were 2 years behind, I think. So,
Uh-huh.
yep. So I didn't know her real well in high school, but we
Uh-huh.
grew up in the same neighborhood, knew a lot of the same friends. I remember seeing her.
What's one recollection, one major recollection? She can't say anything now. That's
Nice person and friendly and
Uh-huh.
outgoing and, good, easy to get along with.
So you paid her to say this.
She paid me
She
to
paid you to
yes,
say
she did. I just got it under the table there. She just
Uh-huh.
had it.
Okay.
But yeah,
You're
nice
back
person.
on. You can respond now, Lee.
It's funny. You grow up with people, or you run the same circles, have the same friends. I think we talked about that time in youth fellowship. We all went to DC on charter buses, had a blast.
Yeah.
How much
And,
how big of a
Yeah,
blast
I
did you
forgot
have?
about that. That's right.
Yeah,
We did
yeah.
that.
We had Greg Streeter, Macon Beasley, Glenn Hargett.
I
They
got
were
a-
all part of the class.
I got a picture of Glenn Hargan and myself as alcoholites at Trinity Methodist
Yep.
Church. I keep saying I'm
Yeah,
going to send it to her.
See, at that time, I was singing in the chancel choir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We had that was a
Oh,
good.
we had talk. We were like, no way.
Yeah.
Cool.
Never realized that.
So no dirt on her.
No, I don't have any dirt
I
on
was
her.
such a sweet child.
That's
back
right.
then.
You want to hear some?
I got to eat.
Yeah,
I got plenty of them over here. If I get this computer to ever work again.
Just stop talking about computers. Okay, we want to get personal now. You grew up in Jacksonville.
Right. Yeah.
You graduated Jacksonville High School. What did you do after graduation?
I went to East Carolina,
ECU?
and that's where I met my present wife. I say present in that we dated all through college, went our separate ways, both got married, and both got separated and divorced, and got married 15 years later.
Wow.
So
good for you.
didn't see each other a whole lot during that interim period, but
Right.
so after that, I started working with Golden Corral.
Mhm.
I knew a lot of people that were involved with that. Mr. Maynard, James Maynard lived down the street
Yeah.
from us.
Yeah.
James Fodder used to be a part of it. Lewis Sewell was the one that got me an interview. Lewis and my dad were real good friends. and
Did you have him in school as a
I
teacher?
did not. No, thank goodness.
I did. He was the principal at Northwest Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he was a great man. I think the world of him.
PTSD.
And so I started out with,
I do. I have PTSD from that. man.
But I started out with Golden Corral, and so as a partner, they had a partner program at the time in New Bern, and went on and moved. Went with the company getting Biddingans after that, way back in the 70s and 80s, and moved back with Smithfield Chicken and Barbecue of all things. Their home office used to be in Jacksonville,
Yep.
and so Richard Ray at the
Why
time.
did they get the name of Smithfield if they're in Jacksonville?
Well, it started in Smithfield. And the
Mhm.
family that started it was the Moore family, not associated with Moore's Barbecue,
Right.
but they had 3 restaurants, one in Indian Beach and one in Clayton and one here on Gum Branch Road.
So it had nothing to do with Smithfield.
It's from Smithfield, and that's where it started. The older man that started it is from Smithfield.
Oh, he's from Smithfield.
And then he passed away, and his son took over the business,
I got you.
Greg Moore. And I came back from Atlanta to be a partner in the one in Clayton. And then we opened up 10 restaurants in a year and a half.
Wow.
And Richard Ray was the real estate end of it, and I was the operations end of it with Greg Moore. And then just stayed in the restaurant business
So
for 42 years.
you went all through the work.
Mm-hmm.
Work. How did you end up in Swansboro?
Well, we were living here in Jacksonville over in the Northwoods area. My wife was an educator, and she became principal at Queens Creek Elementary, was driving back and forth every day. And we were looking for a second home to purchase, and we looked out on the Outer Banks and the mountains and all. But I wanted to, being in the restaurant business, I wanted something kind of close by.
Right.
So we found this house with a really good deal. I knew the people that owned it, and we bought it as a second home. And in the meantime, our son graduated from the Naval Academy and was stationed doing small boats at he was a riverine, Navy riverine, his last of the Navy riverines at Courthouse Bay.
Yeah.
He ran that school out there. And so we asked him if he wanted to live in Swansboro, and he said, no, it's too far. So long story short, again, he moved into our house in Jacksonville. We moved down there,
Oh, okay.
and we've been there since 2011 ever since. So
That's cool.
Yep.
That's
Yes,
good stuff.
So, what in the world possessed you to get into politics, to run for office?
Remember when that guy that was taking a nap on the park bench there, they voted him in at that time.
That's right.
Yeah,
They thought I was ready for. That's a good question, because I would never, if you had asked me 3-4 years ago, I would say that you're crazy. But I'm also a proponent of, if somebody comes, and I used to tell my managers in the restaurant business, if you come to me with a problem, come to me with a solution as well, because we may not use your solution, but at least we'll talk about it. It may lead to something else. So instead of just complaining all the time, I was doing volunteer work at the hem of his garment there, and I retired in 2019, so I started doing volunteer work to be involved. And I volunteered at the Methodist church there, cooking peanuts and doing stuff around the church there. And some people came to me and said, "Why don't you run for office?" And I went to a meeting that some people had. Next thing you know, I said, "Well, okay." And I was the very last person to file for candidacy last time. The deadline was 12 o'clock Friday, and I went in at 10 o'clock Friday.
So you filed for Swansboro Commissioner.
Right.
That's the first time you've ever filed?
Ever filed, run. I never ran for anything in like class office or anything like that in high
Right.
school or nothing. So
Like, who is Bill Justin?
yeah, exactly.
Who
So
is he?
I knocked on a lot of doors. I'd
Right.
be willing to say 99.9% of all the doors in Swansboro I knocked on.
There you go. That's what it takes.
Yeah, face-to-face interaction. And I had a personal letter that I had typed out and hand signed every one of them, because I wanted it to be personal, and I left that with every house that I visited.
cool.
That's
Well,
what it
I
takes.
did that door knocking one time, and I met a lot of very vicious dogs that they sicked on me.
I lost 15 pounds. I need to do it about 10 times.
So when's re-election time?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you were elected as town commissioner,
Right.
and during this term, your first term
Mhm.
town commissioner, the mayor runs for county commissioner, wins his election, so that vacated his seat,
Right.
and then you were voted in by the other commissioners
Mhm.
to be the mayor, the
Replacement.
acting mayor.
The acting mayor.
The acting mayor. And so now elections, municipal elections are this November. The mayor's seat is up
Mhm.
for election, and you filed
Mhm.
to run for mayor,
Mhm.
and you're running unopposed. So
Right.
congratulations,
Thank
Mayor.
you. I don't take it lightly.
That makes it a cheap election to win.
It does. It's a little
No,
bit
he
cheaper.
doesn't even have to put a sign out.
Yeah, I'm
All he
putting
has
signs
to
out and I'm knocking doors.
Yes, well, that's good, because like our Senator Lazara said, there's been many times where he had no opposition, but he was out on the streets. He put his signs up. He went and talked to people. He said, because the people they're who he is working for. And just because he has no opposition doesn't mean it means he still needs to be out there talking to the people, and that's his philosophy. So I'm glad you followed the same.
Yeah, I do.
means a lot.
I believe that 100% is, sometimes people think that because we get a lot more information than the average person on the street,
Right.
obviously they think they know better than the people they're representing, and they might be better informed, but when it's all said and done, you work for the people.
Well, we appreciate
What's your
that.
slogan?
Thank you.
Do you have a
Um,
campaign slogan?
yeah, just a voice for Swansboro. Last time it was a fresh voice.
No, no, no,
Okay, it's
no.
justice for Swansboro.
Justice for all.
Oh my gosh, justice for Swansboro.
No, justice
Friendly
for,
mayor by the sea.
No, justice for all. Because it's
Yeah,
beyond Swansboro.
that's right.
Justice for all.
But yeah, it's been
Send me
great.
$1, I'll let you use
I
it.
like the friendly mayor by the sea better.
It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a lot, and I feel like I'm doing something worthwhile. Do I have a lot of people that don't like me? Probably. Do I have a lot of people that
That's
like me?
everybody.
Probably. Yeah.
Right.
I hope they are. It's like I said at the last meeting. There's no reason. I want to be friends with everybody that I meet, and
Right.
hopefully I can be. That's not going to happen. That's a pie in the sky look at things. But yeah.
Now, when are the meetings for those listening that would like to attend a meeting, or you can watch it on YouTube?
We never
They
have
do.
meetings.
Yeah, don't.
So
Your meetings are well attended. In fact,
They are.
sometimes your meetings have more people in attendance than what I've seen at the county meetings.
we
So you're doing
and
well.
we campaigned on that, and some of that's
Yes.
because of the controversial nature of what we're talking about. But we want community engagement. We want that feedback.
Right.
But getting to the question, our meetings are the second and fourth Tuesday of every month.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock p.m. So that's second and fourth Tuesday. A lot of places only have one meeting a month, but
Right.
we felt like two. You stay really caught up really well on
Right.
things.
Is dinner served?
What's that?
Dinner or snack served?
No, we don't, but we can arrange
I
that.
was just curious.
Food truck out in the parking
I
lot.
just always wanted to eat something.
I was wondering why people, well, if you serve some kind of snack, more people will come.
That's- you got a
Well,
point.
it was like, what was it?
Then you
they
can
had
start
the
charging
last
them.
time in Swansboro when they had the candidate forum. And that was for the general election. And I was telling Mike McHugh, you don't have any food trucks? It's a big draw, you know. I'll come.
That's a good idea. That is a good idea. But
Yes.
yeah, we want community engagement, so
Yes.
we like that attendance.
And like I say, I have mine set so I get notification
Uh-huh.
when their meeting gets ready to start, so I can. And the last couple times the audio was really super bad.
Yes,
I know you're
bad,
having and y'all trying to work that out right now, but I'll be watching again next week because are you going? I think Flybridge, you're supposed to vote on that next Tuesday.
Well, this coming Tuesday, the 5th, is supposed to come before the planning board again.
Oh, okay.
So then they'll make their recommendation. There's no set date yet for when we'll talk
Right,
about it. Normally, that would be the next meeting or second meeting after the
I
planning
see.
board.
I wanted to watch that because it's
Yeah.
really interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot about
Let's see
Swansboro.
what the planning board does, and then let's see if we can find out do a
Yeah.
little story about it. Do a session one morning about it.
Yeah, that'd be
The
great.
pros
That'd
and the
be
cons,
great.
Mhm.
We'll hash it out for you in
Thank you.
advance.
And hey, all the help we need, all the help we can
Well,
get.
anytime you have something that you need to get out, just let us know.
Yeah, thank
We'll
you.
get it out.
Well, thank you.
We're good at getting things out, whether it's good or bad, but we'll do it.
Sometimes
Yes.
we clean the gutters out too.
Yeah.
Right,
All
right, yeah. But anything else you want to add about anything new coming up in Swansboro soon?
Well, we're trying to get this light industrial park coming up across the
Yes,
street from
yes.
Flybridge. It's called right now it's known as Project Coffee, and that has nothing to do with coffee shops or coffee factory or anything like that. It's just code names that it's through primarily Jacksonville Oslo Economic Development.
Jared, yes.
Yep. And so I sit on one of the boards. I'm on that, one of the committees, I should say. And so that's about a 30-some acre, almost 40-some acre tract. There's 2 tracts of land. One was here, and another lady saw we were doing that. Joed was doing that, and she wanted to be part of it. So it's right across from where Flybridge was.
Nice.
But it's a light industrial park. 7 parcels is what it would be, which would make it a minor development. So it comes under different zoning and
Right.
different things. Right now it's rural agricultural too, so we'd have to rezone that. But the thing about that, Joed has a great track record, as y'all are probably aware of,
Right.
in like what they've done at Holly Ridge,
Oh,
at
yeah.
Camp Davis,
Oh,
and
Camp Davis.
bringing in, good paying jobs
Right.
and things. So they pay more than the norm for the area, anywhere from $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, hopefully. So then the county found out about it, and they wanted to get involved. So Joed, we were going to put up, wanted $500,000. The county was going to put up $250,000. We were going to put up $250,000, and the state was going to give us $1.3 million. And that was a seed money, and then we'd get the money back when we sold parcels in it. So anyway, Joed withdrew the application right before a meeting 2 times ago, just to get some reorganization done. So hopefully they'll bring that back to us, because that would be something really good for the area with those good paying jobs for our town. That would
Very
be great
nice.
paying. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
And it wouldn't have a big impact on the environment. It would be like Seth Thomas Road, if anybody's familiar. It's
Yes.
not just light industrial with just employee restrooms. It wouldn't be like manufacturing runoff or anything like that.
Okay, so what was it? I was just getting? Oh, do you seriously entertain a swimming pool owned by the city in Swansboro? Do you
Well-
want that responsibility?
Well, there's a lot of discussion about that, and we have a swimming pool committee. I really don't want to comment on it,
No, it's fine.
but
It's fine,
but it's got a long ways to go. I'll just put it that
yeah,
way.
I heard I think it was your city manager or your finance a couple of meetings ago when
Mhm.
he got up and by the time he got done, I was expecting y'all to go, yeah, okay, pass, keep on going. There's a lot involved in
There
it.
is
I
a
mean,
lot
that
of-
would be great if you had a community swimming pool. That's a lot
Well,
of responsibility.
So I suggested, let me deflect that a little bit. So I suggested that we talk with Billy Sewell and the YMCA, and that would be 5 or so years down the road before.
I think that's why.
An offshoot of the
Yes.
Yeah.
an annex or whatever. you
Yeah,
wanna
and we
call
had
it.
Charlie with the YMCA that helped
Yes.
Billy with that.
Mhm.
Charlie Myers.
Mhm. Come down, and he came down when Wyatt came down, and we took him on the tour too.
Yes.
And maybe we can do some extension programs with our rec department from the Y to get a relationship built.
I like that.
And then maybe the YMCA could do the pool, and it wouldn't be such a
Right. It'd be their pool.
They
but
could
it's
do it
for
better than the
Swansboro.
town could do it for sure.
I agree with you 100% on that. I think
That's my
wise.
thoughts on it. Yeah.
I think that's wise. I think I would much prefer to do that than if I was a city councilman, commissioner, whatever. I mean, the responsibility of the town on a town-owned
Mhm.
swimming
Yeah,
pool.
yeah.
What if a tragedy happened?
Let me speak to that. We had a skate park that
Yeah.
we had 2 lawsuits because people let their children got burnt on the ramp, and we had 2 lawsuits. We just now have settled within the
Wow.
last.
Is the skate park still open?
It's not open right now. We've got to get some remodel done to
We're
it.
putting some dirt in that.
Yeah. And
Like-
so if we can't manage the skate park, why would we want to?
pool's
manage
pretty
it?
heavy.
Yeah. I've been listening to the debate on this swimming pool, and I'm like, wow, my personal feelings is I wouldn't want the responsibility personally, but it is something nice for the town of Swansboro. But I do think the better suggestion is maybe eventually working through the YMCA.
mhm.
I mean, that's an option.
Mhm.
And I think, me personally, I think that would be the better way to
Mhm.
go.
Let them get their feet on the ground good here, and
Yes.
which they seem to be
You won't be
doing.
long.
They've gained a lot of traction recently.
I'll tell Rayford,
They-
if you've got any bodies that need to be buried, they
That's-
have a huge hole right now. They haven't poured the concrete yet.
That's right, Jimmy
So-
Hoffa.
Yeah.
I
Just
met
to-
him yesterday.
Yeah, he disappeared. He was officially reported missing in 1975, yesterday's date.
Rayford, here's a
Really?
thought. Give me all your
I didn't realize
laptops this
that.
Not that
weekend.
I
and-
know anything of where he is or where he's in multiple jurisdictions.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah. We've been discussing any bodies y'all have. We know where to bury them right now. Now's a good a time.
Yep.
It's a good time.
Buried
take all your-
bodies,
I'll
buried
take-
bodies come up.
Yeah. But no, not if they pour concrete over them.
Yes, they do.
No, this is a swimming pool. What's going on top of Billy? Give me your laptops and I'll take them over to the hole for you this week.
That's not nearly satisfactory.
See, I can walk over there in the middle of the night.
Not as much
Yeah.
satisfaction.
Stealth mode.
There you
No, I got a big boat.
Yeah.
Gulf Stream is only 50 miles away,
Yeah, there you go.
and that water's really
But
deep.
before that,
Cow guts for the last 5 miles. Chumming.
Yeah.
But I know you have another event or a meeting you have to go to soon. Have you
Mhm.
got a few
Yeah.
more minutes or you need
Yeah.
to go?
Yeah, I've got a 9:00 in Swansboro. So.
Okay, just a few minutes then.
You know the chief. I don't know how many highway patrolmen you know between here and there. but
Not many.
That's what I figured.
Doesn't help. Doesn't
Okay, if
help.
anybody's got a really quick question or
Yes.
something you'd like to address with the mayor, now's your time. Mayor Swansboro, Billy Justice is in here. You like Bill or Billy?
Oh,
Either one.
Okay.
one important question. Rayford, I'm surprised you haven't asked this. Football season, high school football season. Who's number 1 on your list?
Swansboro.
Huh? What?
The Cardinals.
Thank you.
Actually, they had a great season this
Yes,
year.
they did.
They had a really good season.
Glad you back.
Swansboro, we got scared. Was it this year, last season, the year before? I think it was last season. I mean, the powerful, mighty Cardinals, and suddenly Swansboro came out of the chute.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I'll tell
holy
you what,
crap, what happened?
Swansboro-
And
Swansboro's
Well, their
got some
basketball
great
team's
schools.
really
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Cream
they had a
does.
female kicker there at Swansboro a few years ago.
Oh,
on the
really?
team. Yeah.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
I went to a few of those games. She was good.
Well, you went to Jacksonville as well.
Everybody in here
We're
was
all
there.
from
1931.
Way before you were born.
Thank
my
you,
wife,
Bill.
And my wife that was just in here, she went to Swansboro too.
Oh,
2 years
okay.
younger than me.
Right.
But
We have a group that go to all the Cardinal home games and some of the away games. So
Yep.
Oh, well, let us know if
Yeah.
you come. If we have.
I don't know if they were playing.
I didn't
No,
check the
I'm
schedule
not
this
sure
year. I don't
either.
think so
I
this
haven't
year.
seen.
No.
But yeah, if we're playing Swansboro, we're going to be in Swansboro. And
Okay.
playing in Jacksonville, we're at all. I think we've been at all the
Yeah,
games
we'll
in
let you
Jacksonville.
know. We all can just.
Yeah, I'll try to make
Get
sure I keep an eye
together
on it. I'll
and-
keep an eye out for
Well,
it,
I just
too.
go down.
see.
I just make a point to go down a little bit early and see. Hey, Randy, come
Yeah,
on.
Swansboro.
I got Randy on speed dial.
No, Swansboro. They're not on our list. I need to call her in.
Well, I want to congratulate my granddaughter on the girls lacrosse team for Swansboro.
Swansboro.
Yes, they made it to the state this year.
Mhm. They had a
Cool.
good year. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Forgot
didn't
about
realize
that.
your granddaughter.
I didn't know
was
she was there.
We'll go into that later.
Oh. Yes, my son. We'll talk.
Thank you, Father.
Very good. Very good.
Anyway, Bill, that gentleman Joe. I've given you his information. I don't have his telephone number handy, but I've got yours. I will have yours in a minute,
Yes,
and then I will have him call you. But this is background, a little bit of information on who he is.
Thank you very
So
much.
you might want to. Might be good. You want his latitude and longitude location?
Yeah, yeah.
I can give you that right now.
Yeah, if we were to
Straight up.
have some bad weather, like a hurricane or
Yeah.
something, then definitely
That's,
you can
that's
have
great.
somebody from the amateur radio club stationed right there at your EOC. And
Yeah, and wherever you guys are headquarters, fire department, or whatever, you guys work that out. You can talk about it. He
Okay,
might
yeah,
want to be able to. I
I
know
wish-
somebody will be at the Red Cross Center
Yeah.
or these centers, evacuation centers now. They're not run by the Red Cross
I
anymore.
wish I had had a ham radio during a lead in the mountains. Yeah, that would have been nice.
She's studying for her test.
I'm studying. I'm like, I will never go without communication again.
Now. So those comms don't fail.
No, that's good to know, and thank you very much for that. That's
You could come
and,
join
uh,
the ham club.
And
Okay.
Joe is also a member of the Carteret group, so he works both ways, and he can operate on lots of different
Exceptional.
things because you spit one time you're in Carteret County from Swansboro.
Mhm. Yeah,
So-
yeah. Well, that's why my wife's from Carteret County, and we live right near the bridge, and so she can at least look over and see
Yeah.
Carteret County. Is what she said.
You haven't been there in Swansboro long enough, but you were in Jacksonville. You remember when it was a long distance call from here to Swansboro?
Oh yes,
And then from Swansboro to Cape Carteret,
yeah.
you had to pay another long distance charge.
I remember when we didn't have prefixes on the telephone.
Oh, I do too.
Yes. And it was 2 lanes from Jacksonville all the way
Yep.
through Swansboro.
Yes, it was.
Uh,
And the
Yeah,
Mullet
2
Festival
lanes.
used to be at what's now the middle school when it first started out, way
Mhm.
back in the 50s.
Right.
my old
Right.
manager with the cable company, and he was actually on the planning board.
Uh-huh.
Years ago, he lived on West Broad Street, so the parade would come down West Broad Street, and we would sit in his driveway
Yeah.
and wave at Channel 12. Skip Waters, God rest his
Yeah.
soul. They just ride by. We had a perfect place to sit and have a morning cocktail and watch
Yeah.
the parade go
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Now, how many seats do you have that are for coming up in Swansboro?
We have, let's see, we
Let me
have
see. Let me.
three
Three.
seats. uh-huh.
Plus 3 commissioners,
Okay.
right?
Mhm, mhm. So Jeff Conway's rerunning Pat,
Pat
Turner,
Turner reelection
and Joe Brown. Uh-huh.
running for
right?
reelection.
And then we have Tim Benoit and Wayne Herbert are running as
Oh,
well.
he's just got it down pat.
Is Mr. Brown is here a decent guy?
Yeah, he's
So he's
yeah,
from the good side of the family.
Yeah.
So
So
vote 3.
mhm.
we have some outcasts.
Yeah.
We know who the next mayor is going to be. So
Well,
let's do
you
it.
never know. You could. I'd hate to lose to a write-in.
I would move, I believe, in this case.
I would have to.
I would rather lose to a right in than a left in. So there you go. That was
Well,
dumb.
yesterday, tight ends. All you talked about yesterday were tight ends.
We
and
were
now
talking
it's-
football.
Oh, Lord.
well,
she's had binoculars sitting across the street from the Jacksonville guys as they're practicing,
She-
watching, looking for the tight ends.
Lee practiced
What
last
is wrong
night.
with that? Really, tell me what is wrong with that?
Nothing.
I guarantee you,
You're
she
scouting.
I learned a lot about football watching.
she practiced last night watching the Hall of Fame game
Did she?
between Detroit and the Chargers. Yeah, I guarantee you she was with her the night.
Now your
At the
term is
TV
for
show?
4 years, right?
Right.
For
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
All right.
But we do appreciate your time.
No,
thank you so much.
If there's anything that we can do, you don't have to wait for us to call you because we don't necessarily know
Mhm.
when you know.
Mhm.
Just call us and let us know what's cooking.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure coming and
And
an honor. I appreciate it.
I would
It's an
love to
honor.
have,
Thank you.
I would really, because do it as a public service. When your PD or the fire department, they get something that ties up traffic in Swansboro,
Right.
when we're on the air, especially, if they let us know,
Yeah.
we will tell people, tell us a route around it or
Mhm.
where don't go or
Mhm.
whatever. We get the nitty. We're not news.
Mhm.
I gave that up years ago. I don't have to do news anymore. But we provide information the best we can.
Yeah.
So we're not a news station. So we're not going to be grilling you.
Mhm.
God, what are the names of these two people that were killed in this wreck?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't matter to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So we just want for traffic control and everything else to help you guys and help the motorists.
Mhm.
So if they want to call up, there are numbers right there.
Okay. I appreciate that. I'll let
And
them
I
know.
will also send you the links to
Mhm.
today's show.
Okay.
There's 2 links that you can go back and watch it,
Mhm.
and you can share it with other people if you would like.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Since there's 4 of us, Cardinals, former Cardinals.
Mhm.
Well, you're always a Cardinal.
No, you're a Cardinal.
But here's an idea.
Forwards ever backwards.
There you go. Forward ever
Forward
back. So
ever.
that's you can use that in Swansville.
Forward
We're
ever.
going forward ever,
Hey, that
backward
could be my
never.
motto.
There you go.
Your pirates might not like
You
that.
got a
Thinking
point.
that right
You
away.
got a point.
But I like it, Chris. I like it.
Thank you.
I still think friendly mayor by the sea is good.
I think justice for all
Yeah.
says it all.
He could wear like a Batman.
Hey, you want to hear something funny? When I was growing up, my dad was clerk of court, and Thomas Marshall was the sheriff. So
Oh,
we
I
had a
remember
sheriff
TJ.
named Marshall, and then my dad, Justice, was the clerk. So
We
it's
have
kinda-
Justice and Marshall.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, I remember.
What was your dad's first name?
Wilbur. He
Wilbur.
was
Oh,
clerk.
God, yes.
He was
See, I knew you'd know.
Yes.
he was clerk before Mr. Barbie. He passed away in office, and Mr. Barbie took his.
I remember that
Yes.
too. I remember Mr.
I don't
Barbie.
remember that far
My dad,
back,
my
but
dad was all
I
into
knew
that
he was
in those
clerk.
days.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Did you know
back then.
him,
Um,
Brown?
oh, I think the world. I didn't realize that was your dad. I think the world of him.
Yeah, he was all into everything.
Yes, he
happening.
was.
Every election,
See
he
what I
wasn't
mean?
him,
How
but he
crazy
was
it is
down.
when you sit down and start talking to somebody, and then, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, so,
the ties that bind us.
he was a good family friend, actually.
Mhm,
Yeah.
he was.
See?
I remember Mr. Justice.
Yep.
All right, Bill. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Mayor.
Thank you. Y'all have a
Mr. Mayor.
good day. Good morning.
Bill.
Stay safe. Good to see you.
Do no handshake.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Hey, I didn't mean to take up all y'all's time.
Why?
Why?
Thank
You
you
did
so
great.
much.
I would have to
Okay.
think about the stuff to do. I'd rather
Yeah.
talk.
Drive careful.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah,
You
bye.
too.
That was a refreshing reward.
Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah. Covered a lot.
It's just like I said, I find it so crazy that you can sit down and start talking to somebody and not and find out, oh my gosh, we grew up together, or we ran the same circles, or we went to the, and that's what happened when I sat down and talked to him last week. We were at the Capers Foundation, and we sat there and talked the whole time.
You talked the whole time? Oh, golly. Well, wonders never cease. Wonder how he got you to open up. He said, hey, and then it was on.
It was on. That's right. You know how.
All you boaters out there, get ready. Be alert. And keep the word don't at the top of your list. Before you do anything, don't do anything. Before you do anything, don't do anything until you check. We got some really unstable weather to deal with this weekend, and it appears going offshore might not be the best thing to do, especially after today.
Right.
Small craft advisory will go into effect tomorrow morning, and it will be there until Monday afternoon, at least. Offshore today. Take a look at it. You might not be able to go real far, but you can get out there for a ways and do some fishing. The winds are going to be from the west at 10 to 15 knots.
Slow. Go
Seas 2 to 4 feet. At 5 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers going to have a minor chop. Am I getting there fast enough for you?
Yeah, that was a bit slower. I'm almost up.
Showers and thunderstorms.
I moved the computer.
Those showers are okay. When the thunderstorms come and you're at sea, the reason they're called thunderstorms is because they make a lot of noise. They get that noise when that thing called lightning comes down and makes contact with something. If you happen to be the something, don't worry about the thunder because you won't be there. How's that?
It works
Am I
good.
getting there?
You're getting there, and I'm almost there. So.
Northeasterly winds on 15 to 20 knots tomorrow, increasing. Going to get bigger, y'all. 20 to 25 in the afternoon. Yeah, they're going to have gusts up to
Good.
20, 25, 30 knots. Seas, 5 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. You're going to be 8 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers choppy, becoming rough in the afternoon. Showers, yep. Chance of thunderstorms, yep. Sunday, northeasterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25, seas 4 to 6 feet, 2 to 3 near shore, and sounds and rivers are going to be choppy. Now, I can tell you about next week and the week after if you want.
No, I'm good
Are you
to
good?
go.
You
Thank
got
you
caught
very
up?
Yeah, just
Okay.
phew.
I saw it.
Today, partly sunny with a high near 91 and expect showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 72 with rain and thunderstorms, very likely. Saturday, a chance of showers with thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high near 83. And Sunday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 83. It is winter. Yes.
Okay, first off, congratulations to Rayford. He's
I got
getting ready to have the big one
I
here
need to, again,
because he's got.
I got up to the apps. I found out
There you go.
the apps opened.
So,
So now I don't know where to go.
while you were introducing Bill and everything, so that's what I was doing is playing
I
over
saw
here. Now,
you. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
well,
yes.
And then I clicked on something and everything went
There.
away. But
So-
now I've got this.
yeah, it worked. That's what you
Okay,
want.
so I got the account. I got the search. I got
You got
YouTube. I got
everything.
news. I got Gmail. I got
Yes.
You are rocking.
where's my thing that I can type on?
Oh, you'll have to
Okay,
go
you have
to,
Word,
yeah, you
where's
have to
my
go to
Word?
Google Documents.
Google Documents.
I don't know how
Is
his.
docs is docs the same as documents, or is that
Yes.
doctors?
So while
Right there.
Lee makes her way over here, and they
That's what I just said. I thought
That's
it might be doctors.
No.
I'll tell you who needs a
We're gonna
doctor.
need a doctor.
Yeah, I know. Actually, who needs a doctor is the former rapper and now attorney.
What? Former rapper,
Yep.
now attorney.
Yeah.
A rapper has
Yeah,
found a
I'm gonna
turn-
tell you what.
I want to hear that.
Okay.
I want to hear summation. That's what I
Sean
wanna hear.
Diddy Combs has asked.
Oh, no.
I'm going to say requested a judge to either dismiss the guilty verdict or give on prostitution charges or grant him a new trial
He
because
pleaded guilty.
it's without precedent and that the charges should be limited to the Mann Act counts, as he believes he is the only person ever convicted under this statute for conduct,
Under the Mann
the
Act?
Mann Act. And so he,
I don't think so.
well, he thinks so, and so he's asking for either dismissal or a retrial.
I can't either. I can't even with him.
I mean, that Mann Act has been applied every time a hooker came across the state line or was brought across the state line to commit profit-making acts. That's been used in the past.
Sit there for 2.5 more months
Good God Almighty.
and then wait for your sentencing.
First Lady Melania isn't taking salacious remarks about her sitting down, writing for the Daily Beast reporter. I use the term loosely. Michael Wolff, he's got 2 F's in his name, claimed that Melania was first introduced.
Wow.
She was first introduced to her husband,
Mhm.
the future husband, Donald Trump,
Future.
via a modeling agent connected with Jeffrey.
Mhm.
Do I have to use his last name?
No.
Okay. Editors at the Daily Beast took a headline. They took a look at the headline that had been written, was getting ready to be dropped, decided that financially speaking, it might be smarter to bail out now, and headline was taken down. They were getting ready to do that headline, linking Melania meeting Donald through the pimp Epstein.
Through the pimp.
Well, what else would you call him? If he was on the streets, that's
Trash.
exactly what you would call him, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care the value. I just don't care how the process. If you're doing it for money, you're a pimp.
True.
Simple. Everybody
Pimp.
understands that.
Pimp.
Anyway, if you can't prove the allegations that you're making, reporters, and especially these editors, especially when it involves a person with more lawyers than your paper has staffers, you might want to tread carefully. True or not, you're going to have to prove it. True or not, the Daily Beast apparently wasn't convinced. They didn't take the word of this Mr. Wolf and ordered that headline to find the trash bin. It's too bad that others, with neither the clout nor the availability of killer attorneys, fall victim to media outlets who could care less about the truth. They can buy people off like that. How much money would you think it would take to buy Melania and her lawyers off? You ain't got it. You ain't never going to get it.
And why was she accepted?
Yeah. Sure doesn't need to.
She doesn't.
Too often, way too often, the mentality of those in charge is to never let the facts stand in the way of a good story. We'll let the readers decide. No. No. That's not the way you do journalism. That's the way you do yellow journalism, and I don't even call yellow journalism journalism. I call it what it is, trash.
I'm glad you brought up journalism. I'm glad you brought up
I
stories.
did. I brought up trash.
Well, guess who's got a book out now?
Jeffrey Epstein. He's dead.
No.
What?
Kamala. I sure hope it's on Amazon and I can buy it.
Did she spell it the right way?
Yeah, she's putting a book out.
I'm talking about Kamala.
What's
What's the title of it?
I don't
Oh,
know.
I need to know these things.
I don't know if it came out with a title.
My
I guess
fir-
The Adventures of Kamala. I don't know.
My first run as a presidency.
Your first run.
Her first run. Because she's going to run in 2028.
Was that a serious first run?
Yeah, she says she's not running for governor.
Nope.
She didn't
I
want to
know,
run for
I heard
governor. So, yeah, what do you think she's?
I don't quite get it. First of all, the whole Democratic Party was screwed up during that entire 21 to 25 term.
Here it is.
And she jumped on board because Joe said when he bailed out, she was running and had not been even accepted by the party.
Yep.
Neither the Democrats nor the voters who vote Democrat in primaries. She was not even on the ticket, on the ballot. There was no choice. The last time she was on the ballot was the first time that Joe Biden ran, and that was in 2020.
Yes.
She was on the ticket, on the ballot then, and some of the preliminary stuff. But then she bailed out. No, she was bought out. She didn't bail out. She was told what would happen. You have got the most people, but you can't beat Donald Trump. You got more people than Joe Biden or anybody else on this ticket. So you need to get out of this thing. You're not going to win against Donald Trump. The only person up here that could win, and that's by name recognition only, is Joe Biden. And at that time, most of the country, they knew who he was, but they knew him as an old fogey senator from Delaware, the little state up there, and he a do-nothing guy. He didn't make any waves of any consequence, and he just lost his son.
Okay.
That's the way they knew him. So let's put him on the ticket. We'll put you in there as his VP.
Well, I want to know in
that's
her
cool.
book. Okay, the book's
Stupid.
title is 107 Days. It reflects the length of her bid for the Oval Office from the time former President Joe Biden withdrew from the race until Donald Trump won the race. Since leaving office, I've spent a lot of time reflecting on those days.
Since you got kicked out of
Does
office.
she remember some of those days? Talking with my team, my family, my friends, and pulling my thoughts
all
together.
4 of them.
In essence, writing a journal that is this book, 107 Days with Candor and Reflection.
And lies and deceit.
How many of those 107 days was she sober enough to remember?
How
Just
many
saying.
of those 107 days did she visit the border?
Because
The most
Thank
contentious
you.
location in the country,
thank
if not the
you.
world,
Thank
was
you.
there. And how many of those 107 days was she campaigning down there on the border? She didn't need to because Joe had already opened the gate. He let in all those people to vote for her.
And how many of those 107 days was she not spending a ridiculous amount of the people's money who had donated on celebrities to come in and say, "Oh, we love Kamala"? You know, I mean,
Let me just warn those who are planning to interview her
Let me see if Amazon has it.
about this book, about the book about her upcoming election
Right.
bid that she's going to do. Her last interview was with Colbert.
Okay.
The guy who had 10 people go to they had a protest for Colbert. 10 people showed up. Colbert, 10 people showed up.
Guy's not funny anyway.
No. All right, let's see.
You want to hear something funny?
Oh, you can download it for free on Kindle.
Well, that's about what it's worth. Maybe if they pay me to let me download it, I'll do it.
Oh, you don't have to sign up for the Audible trial, which is a monthly fee. No, Kindle right now you can get it for $14.99. It's funny, it has no picture on it, and hardcover
The
$30.
camera wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It's electronic.
Well, those 107 days were kind of blank,
It's
so
got it's got a polygraph built into the.
I'd rather
camera.
order this book, 107 Days to Die. It's about a deadly virus, a desperate race against time.
Same thing. Have you heard about this latest desire for people, idiots, children, teenagers to get hurt? It's a social media thing called
It's got to be a TikTok.
the door kick challenge.
Oh, yes.
These
Yes.
stupid participants
Mhm.
go up to homes in the middle of the night,
They did that to me.
the crap out of the door, and then they take off and get away. Doorbell
Mhm.
cameras have caught a bunch of them on video.
Yes.
Think about the consequences, folks. Say you're a dumb teenager. Is that being redundant, what I just said there?
No, there's some smart ones out there.
Think about it for just a minute and don't even include the police in your thought process. First, the homeowner opens his door when he hears this kick, 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 wham, sees people running away. They think they're home free. And what you hear in the background, he says, "Hey, killer,
Go get him.
get him, boy."
Hope it's not a canine.
It's a well-trained animal with the teeth of a great white shark that he's having, waiting for just this occasion.
I'm going to say, officer, when I opened the door to see what happened, the dog just ran out.
Yeah, boy.
Mm-hmm.
How fast do those idiots think they can run? I don't know whether you've ever watched any of the canines,
Mm-hmm.
as in law enforcement canines, go after people that are really fleet of foot. I saw one yesterday jump into a creek down in Florida trying to get away. Oh, guess who followed it? Dogs can swim.
Yes,
most
they
of them, okay. And he swam. And the funniest video was from the news helicopter overhead as he is dragging said individual up onto the shore. And there are about a half dozen police officers there laughing,
Yes.
dragging him. And then they had to treat him for dog bites.
Every Friday and Saturday night on Patrol Live
Yeah.
with the canines, that's the best part of the show.
Maybe you'll get lucky and there's a tree as you're running from this house and this canine is coming your way with teeth that look like, oh Lord, there's the razor blades coming.
Dun, dun.
There's a tree. Oh, I got the safety of this tree. And then the homeowner comes out for a look-see. Next response, the next response comes from the door being kicked, and a little old man or a little old lady hearing all of the news stories about people breaking into homes and killing people like we read about pretty much every day around here these days.
Mm-hmm.
They throw their door open, take aim at the fleeing idiots, and let fly a load from an old 12 gauge. Best you can hope for is that you've put 50 yards or more between the front door and your position when you hear that explosion. Then you can really hope that that little old man had loaded his 12 gauge with shells containing very tiny number 8 pellets.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean you're home free. That means when you get to the emergency room, the doctors are going to be laughing as they're picking out each one of those number 12, number 8 shot from that 12 gauge. They're tiny. They're really they're smaller than a BB. You got to understand that. They're tiny. And there's lots of them in an ounce and a quarter worth of lead. depending upon the shell that you use. But all of those have to be picked out one at a time.
Yeah.
And they have to put alcohol on them to make sure that the infection is not going to spread. And at some point in time, you might pass out, but it's okay. You'll come back.
Come on.
That laughing that you hear for an hour or so, maybe while you're partially asleep or unconscious, it's going to be doctors because they know what happened to you. Good thing for the occupants of said home, they close the door, lock it, and go to bed. You can't run ballistics on shotgun pellets. They could come from a 12 gauge, 20 gauge,
That's right.
whatever, doesn't matter. They can't run ballistics on them. The shell that fired those pellets, they can match that to the shotgun. The shell, wonder where that is. But he's got that in his home. Oh, yeah. I forgot to take it out of my gun the last time I went bird hunting. And what cop is going to go in and even ask him? None. Not unless you're in New York. What are these people thinking? It may have been funny to some folks a few decades ago to do stupid stuff like that. I mean, kids did things. But given the violence in this country these days, people
Not smart.
people like me, like y'all, we do not see the humor in dumb antics. We live not in fear, but we live because we're trying to stay alive. And we'll do whatever is necessary to protect ourselves and our families.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way we are these
Absolutely.
days. You're not coming in, and we do not know when you start kicking on the door whether you're trying to break in or whether you're just a stupid little punk kid. And you just better be grateful that I keep a 12 gauge loaded with really small pellets.
Well, I told you that happened to me about,
Yeah, I
it's
know
been
you did.
about 3 years ago, but middle of the night.
Yeah.
It was a kid.
Well,
I would suggest that way back in the day that you guys go find yourself a farmer somewhere with some cows and go cow tipping instead. But one piece of advice: make sure that cow is a cow and not a bull, because that's going to be worse than the pellets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have more news for you in the political world. Michael Watley announced
Yeah.
yesterday.
All that.
Michael Watley, the former chairman of the North Carolina Republican Party and now the national chairman,
Well, he promised us that when he was up
has-
there, he would talk with us.
and I'm gonna get him. He has
Me
announced
too.
publicly. He didn't do it. He didn't go to X and do it. He did it publicly. He did announce that he has filed for the U.S. Senate seat from North Carolina.
With full support from the president.
That's right. And you know
What
worries
about
me
from Senator Tom?
I would like to hear what Tom Tillis has
We
got
will,
to
but
say.
I'm going to give him a couple of weeks.
Tom, I'm sure that
He'll be a good Republican. And
he'll approve as much as what Michael Watley did for Tom Tillis in the state of North Carolina, vice versa. I'm sure that they have helped each other. So I know who Tom doesn't like, and of course he's not put in a bid for it, and that was Mark Robinson. He made it quite clear that
Oh, that was pretty obvious, wasn't it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mark
Maybe-
Robinson would stand a snowball's chance of
He said
on a
he does not
really
need to.
hot day.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
surviving.
foresee him running anyway. The primary is going to be Cooper and Watley. That's who the primary is. So anybody else running, you might as well save your money.
Well, that's the general election is going to be Cooper. We don't know who else is going to run the primary, right?
The primary,
Oh.
the winner. I'm saying the winners of the primary are
Yeah.
going to be Watley
Right.
and Cooper, and that's who's going to go into the general. So if you're considering a run for U.S. Senate, you might as well just put your money behind Watley and help him.
Well, there are the two other Republicans.
Yeah,
that
Don
are
Brown
Brown.
and I'm trying.
Who-
Don Brown.
Brown.
See, Don Brown and the Andy Nielsen.
I know Don
They
over in Beaverville.
both-
Is that him? Don Brown?
No.
No.
Probably not him.
They both have filed to run for U.S. Senate, and I understand they're supposed to be coming to Onslow County for a debate, which to me, if you're going to have a debate, have all the candidates. Wait till
Am I
everybody's
still on
filed.
tap to
But
do that, or do you know?
I'm so confused over
So
the whole
am I.
thing.
We'll figure it out.
I'll ask her about that.
I need a script.
But it's only
And I need to
like
be able to ask questions
two candidates.
that I write.
And we already know neither one of those candidates are going to make it through the primary. That's all I'm saying. So that's
Well,
my
I thought,
prediction.
you know, if I'm going to be the interviewer in this thing, the moderator or whatever you call
Right.
it,
You
don't
need
moderator.
you need everybody to show
Moderator.
up. Well, see,
All
now,
candidates.
let me tell you, they have not even filed for this. Filing for this
I
position
understand that.
has not even opened. So,
But if you got 3 people now who have announced for the Republican Party, right, and one for the Democrat Party,
right. Well, actually, it was 2, but the one that had already filed, announced, he's dropped out and he's thrown his support behind Cooper.
yeah, let's say you got one that's there,
Right.
and then you got 3 now that have announced that they
On
intend
the
to
Republican side,
from the
yes.
Republicans.
Right.
So I'd like to have all 3 of them there.
You're not going to get Wally to come down here until he's actually filed, which is next year. And with the support of Trump and the amount of money that political action committees
Well,
are
I
going to
can use some of that money. Come on, Michael. Come on down, bring me a bucket.
I don't know that he's going to travel to all
Okay.
100 counties and do
I mean,
debates.
about 800,000 now.
Michael Watley's not going to do debates.
It
Doesn't need to.
That's not a debate.
if it's close, and Watley wins and Cooper loses, and Harris runs, she will run with Cooper as her vice president. That's what I'm predicting right now. I'm telling you, I'm just throwing it out there for you.
If Cooper loses,
Yeah.
she will have had to pick him before
No,
he loses.
No,
they'll
'Cause
be
He'll
filing
lose in November.
for the 2026 race. The presidency
Oh, that's right. That's
goes to
right.
2028.
no. The 2026 race is when?
2026.
next year.
Next
November.
November. Right.
So he will, if
Oh, I guess that was 18
Yes.
months from when
Yes,
Senator
so-
Tillis announced. Okay.
So, and that's my prediction, is that win or lose, she's going to pick Cooper.
You think
Yeah.
So
she
well,
would have done?
that would be the great reason not to vote for Cooper, because then we still would have which
But see,
there
it would be a
problem.
perfect time for him because he would have just gone into that seat as U.S. Senator if he was
If
to
he
win
Well,
it.
then here-
And if he runs for VP, even if he
Yeah, but
loses,
then he's just cost North Carolinians more money.
well,
He
that's
doesn't care.
the political
care.
game.
He didn't care
And
when he was
there's a
governor.
lot of
I'm one of
people.
11 million people in the state that care.
There's a lot of people. Well, it's not going to be the $25 that you send him for his campaign, that he cares about. So I
I'm
mean,
not
it's
talking
going to
about
be
that. I'm talking about the money it costs for this election. We're going to have another election,
well.
or
That,
somebody's going to be appointed that we didn't elect.
that's what I'm saying. But that's really, if you think about the smart time to run, because if you were to lose,
I ask him the
you're
questions.
still got your seat as U.S. state senator,
Mm-hmm.
which is 6 years, not 4, 6. Right.
But if he wins, and
Then
becomes
the
the
seat-
VP, then we're stuck. It costs us more money to get somebody else to fill the vacancy.
It'll cost
Would it?
somebody some money.
Somebody that we did not elect.
But then when
Yeah.
they lose the presidential election, he would
He was
refer
still-
to
No, but
go back to Senate.
But,
Yeah,
if,
he's still
but if he
senator.
wins, the presidential, vice presidential
Yeah.
election
Before
the
he
election,
takes that oath, he has to resign from the other.
I got that, but then
Right.
we are left stuck for 5 years, 4 years, with an empty seat that has to be filled, and then by somebody that we did not elect.
We will elect them, though,
unless
'cause
there's a special election.
There'll have to be a special
There's
election.
more money that we wasted.
It'll have to be
Well,
a special.
I'm sorry.
I've got it all figured out.
Give me the
you
money.
go
I'll
right
buy a
ahead.
vote.
Here you go.
Right.
Cooper, just drop
Rayford
out right now.
Yeah.
Rayford and Chris for president.
Only
I'll be
one
your
of us.
manager. I'm
Would
not
we be
running.
co-presidents? That would be
Yeah.
the fun thing. That'd be the fun. Forget this VP thing. He does nothing anyway. Let's be co-presidents.
He gets talked about.
He takes the blame for stuff. So
Mhm.
we need a whipping boy.
I like playing golf.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you can do that while I go fishing. You golf, I fish. You hit them, I catch them.
Let's talk
That's
about coming in Monday.
No,
That's your thing.
what we got?
You've got Carroll Town coming Monday.
Oh, we do.
Yes. And
Uptown,
she's-
Carroll Town.
Uptown. All right.
I
and
know her better
she's
as
with.
AF5CT, but she's coming in here to, that's a code name, by the way.
Mhm.
We have this code stuff we separate, talk to each other with. Carol is a master gardener. She's a master gardener elite. and she got some stuff to talk about. Now, matter of fact, we're going to have her twice in August.
Well, Steve and I already have questions for her.
I will call you.
How do I make my garden grow? How do I make my garden produce once it grows? How can I get something that I can eat off a garden, even though it looks great with all those blooms and all those other things? And I got so far a half dozen cucumbers or so. I got one cantaloupe out there that I'm sure is just going to go away. I got one eggplant growing out of 4 plants, and I'm sure it's probably going to drop off and die.
Well, I got my bad news yesterday, late yesterday afternoon. The surgeon that's going to perform surgery on Kathy on Monday will not let me in the operating room during the surgery.
Why would he want you in there anyway?
Why would you
He
want
didn't.
to?
I wanted to go in there.
Why?
I wanted to watch it.
Watch from upstairs.
They
They
don't,
didn't have it upstairs.
they don't shoot. I don't know whether they generally. You know, I was told at one of the other hospitals that I used to go to from time to time, they don't record surgeries.
Really? Well, I just wanted
Because
to
it
watch
could
it.
be used against them in a court of law in case something happens.
So
I'll
he,
sign a waiver and say I won't say anything that I see in there.
and then the first slice he passes out hits the floor. They have to worry about him.
Yeah, that's the
Not
other.
me.
Yeah, now you could have just stayed in the waiting room.
Remember the days when they didn't
That's
allow
pretty
parent
cool,
daddies in the
Yeah.
delivery room?
Right.
I, not for mine, but for a lady that worked at the same TV station, she wanted to get video during the delivery. And the hospital
know, I want somebody doing me.
said, her doctor said, absolutely, that would be cool. I know you can't do anything that's not suitable for TV anyway, but that would be really cool. So he was a nice young guy, and he said, that'd be cool. He went to the New Hanover, had never allowed it. Oh, no. You sit out there on beyond the double doors. No fathers here. There's a sign up there, basically. I was the first one, and the daddy, he got permission to go in and got permission to bring me in, and I videoed it. 1970 something. It's about 3,
Yeah.
4.
I don't think they're going to change their mind. Let me in there Monday.
Probably
so
not.
That's a
No,
bummer.
I'm sorry, but
Not
you don't
for
have to
general
go to afternoon, right?
I don't know yet, so I may be here Monday morning.
All right,
I don't know.
you just
we,
let
we,
me
we
know.
won't know till 2 this afternoon.
Okay.
Well, you can
Just
call
let
us,
me know.
man. We'll
I'll
fly.
call you from a. It's a 6-hour deal. I don't get it.
I've never heard of a 6-hour. Are you sure? You find out today.
Well,
I will.
I've had on my right knee when I tore the ligaments way back when.
Mhm.
That was 6 hours under the
Well,
knife.
it was a lot of torn ligaments.
It was a lot of stuff.
This is a meniscus.
Yeah, it's a meniscus tear there.
I don't know where that is. Kind of like chicken nuggets. I've
I
never seen
have
any
one
nuggets
back
in a
here.
chicken.
There's one back here. There's one up from here. One over here.
Have you seen them?
Oh, well, that's why. Oh, my
Yeah, on the
gosh.
X-rays when I read
Well,
it.
that's not real. That's fake. That's like the moon landing. Just
For
like the moon
those of
landing.
you that love space, at around 11 o'clock this morning,
Speaking of moon landings.
SpaceX and NASA will be
NASA.
I call it. It's my
It's kind of like
Hawkes
Nana,
Island.
right? Or
It's my
Nana.
Hawkes Island accent.
Yeah, what?
Never mind.
Parker's Island.
I
Down
heard you
east.
last night.
Oh,
I heard you
know.
last night telling all the guys how to say Hawkes Island.
That's not what I did. I just telling them. You're talking
It was
about. When you go to Harker's Island, what our president was of the club was going to go over there. He has not
Right.
been. So they were talking about it, and I said, "Well, you do know that they tell tall tales in Harker's Island, right?
Yeah.
And they've got this brogue, an accent, and British origins." And they do tell tall tales. And I was sitting around up there when we used to go over to Harker's Island and take a boat over to Cape Lookout to go diving.
Right.
The guys sitting around there explaining how high the tide
White
is,
tide,
how
white tide.
high the tide is. One guy, he won. He said, "Dang it, the tide was so high, the sharks came in and they eat me collars." So, I'll never
Anyway,
forget that one. That one was funny as heck.
approximately 11 o'clock, there's supposed to be a
Yeah.
launch. The SpaceX launches the NASA's Crew 11 to the International
Yep.
Space Station. There's 5 crew members in there if you want to watch it. And I was watching it yesterday. It got scrubbed due to weather. So they are due to be launched about in 2 hours, 40 minutes from
Oh,
now.
Yeah.
I never
As is
understood. Can't those things, they go all the way from here to yonder and they can't penetrate clouds?
Well,
No, it's not the clouds.
No,
it
it's
was
not.
lightning yesterday.
yeah,
Well,
and
lightning, they were running
and-
faster than lightning.
but as the man that did the announcement went, we have scrubbed this mission due to weather violations, and that's what he called it.
Violations?
Weather violations.
That's a new one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they waited, and they postponed it several times yesterday.
missed
But they ended up. It was late yesterday afternoon. And hello to Chris Burrett. She's in Greece right now.
Yes, she is.
She sent highs all the way from
Is
Greece.
she with
She's watching.
Theo?
No, she's with Bob and Kathy.
She's not with Theo over
No.
there.
Nice. I hope she's having a great time.
Wonder what
Take
Theo is.
pictures.
Yeah, sometime we don't hear from him. He's either in a hospital or in Greece.
I'll
Don't
check.
say the hospital.
I don't think he's in the hospital. I think he's in Greece.
Oh my goodness gracious!
A
And
re- a
she's
remake of the
from
movie.
Yeah,
Don't even do it.
it's hard to pronounce it.
Calaverita, Greece, whatever.
Yeah.
She's in Greece. And something else I wanted to mention all week long, and we kept running out of time, and we're out of time now, but I'm going to do it anyway. 911 has got a new thing with their, if you call 911 now, you can call by video. You can do a video call with the 911 operators. And like, say, if you're at the scene of a wreck,
Mhm.
you can do a video call. Show them what they need to know, whatever. You know, it's your home and you've got somebody breaking in your house. Do a video call with them.
That's good. When you go to the wreck and
Yes.
there are police there,
Yes.
do not, or EMS, do not think you are a
No.
reporter and
No.
get up there and try to get in the way like those frauditors do, because I'm doing this for 911. So we're talking.
This is a new feature with calling 911
I
that you can
think
actually
it's-
do a video call with
That's
them
a
now.
good thing. So
Yes,
you're not a
and-
reporter.
And we're going to hear more about that because we have the EOC director
Yep.
coming in.
22nd.
Yeah, on the 22nd. Two people coming in on the
Director
22nd.
and the deputy
I think.
director.
Yes. We're going to learn a lot about a lot of the new programs that they're doing. We've come so far in Onslow County.
And they got some cool stuff too. They've got a little remodeling they're wrapping up
Yes.
right now. And I want to
Advocacy
for you guys who have an interest
doing?
in amateur
Thank you.
radio,
for
Yeah.
surgery.
we got a meeting tomorrow at the Golden
Golden
Corral, the
Corral.
Onslow Amateur Radio Club. If you just want to stop by, and you can come early. The meeting's at 9. You can come early if you want to, about 8 o'clock or so, because most of us have breakfast about that time. And they got some great blueberry pie
What's,
and ice
what's
cream.
the fee for membership to the radio?
About $35 or something for
I
a
thought
year.
it was only 25. Where'd the
Well, it
extra
might
10
be
come
25. It's a surcharge, mine.
Administrative charges.
Oh yeah. that
Don't
stuff.
start with me.
Sorry. Sorry.
Admin charges here, tariffs
Don't
there,
start
whatever.
processing fee.
And then but you can stop by and just say hey, and when you talk to hands and see if this is something you'd like to do, maybe it's something you've heard about, because you can hear about it on here because it's a fact of life, y'all. It's cool when the stuff hits the fan and the fan quits turning. The ham radio keeps talking.
There you go.
How's that sound?
Yes. Yes,
I gotta
exactly.
put that one down.
Write it down.
I
Write it
club
down.
might like that one. That'd be a
Write down
logo.
a new word.
I haven't got that for you.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
leaving
working on it.
before he clicks on it. That's all.
I'm saving my click for you. We'll see what
All righty
happens.
And next week also we have Peter Wright coming in.
Oh, ladies, Mr. Wright will be here
Mr.
for
Wright
you
will
on next
be here.
Wednesday, right after
Yes.
Dr. Rose. So
Yes. Yes.
we got to get some good medical questions for Dr. Rose.
And
Like we have plenty normally.
In talks with a young lady that is running for Richlands Alderman. We don't ever hear from Richlands.
And she's running unopposed.
She's running. I mean, but she's thrown her hat into the political ring.
Oh, okay. She's
I
running against
really
somebody.
like this lady. I talked to
She had a lot
her.
of personality.
She loads of personality. So we're going to bring her in. She's agreed to come
And
in.
if you're a candidate for one of these multiple offices in Onslow County,
Yeah.
if you're over in Carteret County, the Carteret Board of Town Commissioners or whatever they call it, I think they're commissioners there as well. I may be wrong. Some of the surrounding areas, if you want to come in and have a sit down chat, let us know a little bit about you, and then you can get on here
There you
and tell us some stuff, and we'll ask you questions.
I think Holly Ridge is going to be a great
Yeah,
race
I'm
too.
looking forward
It's
to
gonna be
having
a
Holly
good
Ridge folks
race.
in here. Yeah.
Yes.
We, I haven't met. I don't. Maybe I did. Did I meet the current mayor?
Yes, you did. When we did the Bee Festival 2 years ago,
Year and a
he
half
came
ago,
up.
yeah.
He spent a lot of time up there talking to us. I talked to him quite a bit.
Yeah, he had just been
Yeah.
appointed at that time.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
You know, he was a councilman at the time.
Okay,
Yeah, he'd
so-
been appointed as a councilman.
Okay, but he was not the mayor.
He
I don't know when.
was not the mayor
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
No, he was not.
Okay.
Jeff was still, because remember we kept waiting to see Jeff,
Yep.
and he came in later that afternoon. Yes. Right.
Herky jerky. Well, we got a lot to talk about with a lot of these fine folks around the community,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see how that's going to work out.
Yes, a lot
Um,
of stuff coming
I
up.
talked to Mike Gennaro, and we've got to get him in. He's got a lot of plans, a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on. And I want to just say one more time, when you got a veteran cop that's been around in a
Yes.
community, it's a whole lot like having Philip Williams on the school board.
Yes.
He's just retired from JPD,
Right.
but I saw him the other night,
Yes.
and he's
He was-
he's around the area. He was around the area as a cop.
Right.
He sees people. He knows people. Probably
Yes.
talks to more people than we do.
And he's
Every
married to a
cop
school
does.
teacher too, which gives him good insight
Yeah.
into what the teachers need. So, we've also got Cindy Edwards that said
Yep.
she will be coming on. She's running for reelection, city council at large,
Mhm.
which there's 2 at large seats open.
Yep.
Mike Gennaro's running for one, Cindy's running, and then they have an Amity Holland. I'm not familiar
Don't know
with
anything
her.
about it.
That's also thrown her hat into the ring for for an at-large
And
seat.
we got a former city councilman.
we're gonna talk about
it's been kind of controversial during much of his time on
Right.
the council. And he is no longer on council, but he wants to be back on council.
Right.
So we'll have a chat with him if he's willing.
Jerome Willingham.
Wants to come in here.
And then we'll have Brian Jackson. He's been in before. I'll get him to come back in. And then the city council member Ward 2, Fernando Scheffelbein.
Very good.
Did you do that right?
Yes, you
I did.
Wow.
Fernando's a personal friend. I've known Fernando and his wife for a long time.
Mhm.
He's running for Ward 2. And we have a newcomer that's put their hat into the ring, Mickey Smith. And I'll try to get up with her. She's running for that seat also.
Retired Marine.
She's a retired gunny sergeant. Yes, she is. And Fernando is retired from the military.
I gave you some information.
He works he's extremely active with a lot of the veterans organizations, a member of them at one time or another, been a chairman of them. So he would be a great liaison for the veterans if he was to capture this seat. It would be it would be good. But he's promised me he's coming in. I'll try to get a hold of Miss Smith. And Town of Richlands, I wish I could
Pastor
get that mayor. Yeah, she does some pastoring. Yeah, I already knew that. Yeah, I knew that
Her husband's
because
a bishop.
yes, I did some research to try to, and I did get her information to contact her.
Good.
I got that yesterday when I went to the Board of Elections.
There's some more there.
Yes.
Okay, look, we will
Yeah,
chat with
we're
you
good to go.
Monday morning. And if we
Great
don't
weekend.
see you, good luck with their
Thank you.
tell Kathy that we're
Yes.
tell her she
First,
rocks.
She
Bring it
rocks.
on.
I
Yeah.
will let her know. Thank you very
We're
much.
praying for
She
Kathy.
rocks. Did you get that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just want to be sure.
And we expect a report when she comes out of
Of
surgery.
course.
Well, we want to report during surgery.
Well, Lee was asking what I was doing. Like this is how you prepare for surgery. You
I
scrub.
didn't know what he was doing
Scrubbing,
with that
scrubbing.
action right there. I was concerned. I go, what are you doing?
Looks like great hands to me. You know.
There you go.
It was questionable.
Let's see. All right.
You got to do like this. Never mind.
That's helping hands.
Everyone have a great weekend. And
You're
be
live
cautious in
weekend.
the
We're
weather.
live and low. We're awake, not woke. We'll see you on Monday. Bye. Have a safe weekend. You voters, just unless you really experience after today, don't. Small craft advisory is in effect tomorrow morning through Monday. So it's not a good time for you unless you guys got lots of experience and a really good boat. Otherwise, we got to be talking about you next week. Bye. Have a great weekend.
See you.